Sherva ho valya ho ro sherva ho valya ho ro sherva ho valya hari sherak tang thaori valya ho roshirva ho valya vani sheraktan tauri sherava van van len var begracht du veien gevan jo I vrei shelif malok stuldir talashna karlev o roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya vani sheraktan tauri ta granja vele chakta shalya ogle armali malkhara ger kranis de galnes panik eskorishuru yer khalif o roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya Hari sheraktan tauri avina vina vakko veckan una min bio ina vi akshaktan ganja vele smile karski ak fugur fanna goliv o roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya Hari sheraktan tauri ho roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya ho roshirva ho valya Hari sheraktan tauri Of all the trees that grow so fat, old England to adorn, greater are none beneath the sun than oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. You that is old in churchyard mold, he breedeth a mighty bow. Alder for shoes do wise men choose, and beech for cups also. But when you have killed in your bowl, it is filled, and your shoes are clean outworn. Back you must speed for all that you need to oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Elm she hates mankind and waits till every gust be laid, to drop a limb on the head of him that anyway trusts her shade. But whether a lad be sober or sad, or mellow with ale from the horn, he'll take no wrong when he lieth along neath oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Oh, do not tell the priest our plight, for he would call it a sin. But we've been out in the woods all night, a conjuring summer in. We bring you good news by word of mouth, good news for cattle and corn. Sure as the sun come up from the south by oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn. Sing oak and ash and thorn, good sirs, all on a midsummer's morn. Surely we'll sing of no little thing, and oak and ash and thorn.
Norna, everyone, welcome to another episode of Realm Weavers. You guys hear me? Okay, sweet.
Your volume is a little bit low, Christian.
Alright, 1 second, let me fix that.
At the end.
Yeah, I hear you, Just let me try and fix that.
Welcome to another episode of Realm Weavers.
Still low.
I don't know why it's low. I have no idea why it's low, guys. That's a problem. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
I mean, I can hear you.
How about now? Is that any better?
Nope.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I can hear him fine, but the reason I say barely is because it is rather loud in here right now.
This is problematic if you guys cannot hear me.
Let me increase
wait.
my volume.
We can hear you, just a little quiet.
Which, that's a problem if you can't hear me clearly, so. Input.
If it's any
Let's go
consolation,
strike
I can
again.
hear you clearly now the rain is gone.
I can hear you with my volume up, but everybody else is like yelling.
See, that's a problem if you guys can't hear me clearly. I have no idea why this is happening. What the hell's going on here?
Try the audio output settings on the streaming service that you're utilizing and increasing that.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Is that any better?
Nope.
Get on the arms.
I'm on settings right
Computer
now.
sound settings.
I have no idea what's going on here.
I mean, he's using Streamlabs, and I know Streamlabs does sometimes not really talk to microphones that much. Like, I know my microphone used to have a problem with Streamlabs at one point, but then I had to update a lot of things with my microphone to get it to work.
Well, I don't even know what the issue is here. That's the problem. Which is, it's frustrating because Streamlabs is saying that I'm coming through pretty clearly. Like, I'm hitting the yellow, like, every time I talk. So I don't understand why some of you are not hearing me very well.
It's not that we're not, like, we can hear you, it's just, again, in my case, I can hear you, but not over the sounds of everything going on around me.
No, I
It's
get that.
more
I'm
on-
talking about Tom and Tia and those people who are saying that they can't hear me clearly.
I can hear you clearly, but I can hear whenever anybody else talks, it's like they're yelling.
Okay, let me see if I can't fix that.
My phone is on fire because
Because already my mic is maxed out and everyone else has already dropped a bit. Oh.
Yeah, Streamlabs is weird with how different mics tend to cause problems. I don't like it. But again, there's not really that many good OBSs.
Yeah. Dottie, why do you keep vanishing?
Phone connection.
That's a good
maybe.
question. Dottie, why do the vanish?
Okay.
Everyone be quiet.
I can't think of anything else to do to fix this, so... Oh, what? Dottie, why are you over there? Hold on. Put 4. Hold on a second. Number 5.
Why am I on Bernard?
I fixed it. Yeah, I don't
Because,
know. I don't know
you're
why it
playing as
brought you over
Bernard
there.
today.
I don't know why it brought you over there.
Oh,
Dottie, you're playing as Bernard today.
Yes.
oh, okay.
Okay. Technical difficulties, everyone. So, as you can tell, Bernard's not going to be joining us today. He got tied up. So we're just going to
Oh,
go
I
ahead
don't
and
want
play.
to get tied up. What?
So we're just going to go ahead and play without him for now. But yeah, so last we left off, the group has done a lot of information gathering. And you guys were contemplating heading out and investigating something before moving on to the bandits. If I remember correctly.
We were going to investigate something. I do forget what we were going to investigate.
Disappearances at the edge of the farms.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Let's see here.
people disappearing is much more important than product disappearing currently.
Where is it? There we are.
I can hear. I can fight. So yeah, in my hubris to get out of the house fast enough that I can start on the stream, I forgot to grab my dice.
Oh no!
So, Dottie is going to be rolling for me today.
Why don't you
Okay.
just run back inside and grab them real quick?
Yeah.
Because I'm 45 minutes from home. Like, it would be
That do be a problem.
It's like, yeah. I
Okay.
drive far for this.
Is it for like internet
I could-
connection or?
It has to do with the internet connection. It also has to do with the fact that I like being away from my family's house when I do this, so I don't disturb them.
That's fair. I get that.
They go to bed very early.
Yeah. All right. So. How do we want to start this?
Carefully.
Why don't we begin where we left off? I believe we were about to start going moseying.
Let's start off where we actually left off. On the beach, where everyone's in their swimsuits.
Now. Now.
I'm building a giant sand badger.
No. There is no sand.
Lord,
But he
Santa,
didn't say no
probably.
badger.
How about we just start with everyone waking up in the morning?
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Oh.
So everyone starts waking up in
No sand badgers, no.
those of you who are waking up, you're hearing a soft, soothing melody played by Norden in another room.
Damn, and I thought he'd be playing Rockin' Stone.
Now.
Okay, so we're
Here.
heading up, and then what direction we say we were heading? Southeast, was it?
That's the initial plan,
Southwest?
but let's have the characters, wake up and interact with each other first.
Okay. I have an idea.
Good morning, everyone. I'm having some breakfast.
We have to go to the tavern
Fine
for that,
bread,
but
cheese, and water.
you gotta go to the tavern for that, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we're at the inn.
Yeah, you're at the
Yes.
everyone's that's where everyone sleeps. Yeah, so inns are think of inns as hotels or motels, and then taverns as the bar and restaurants.
What does Larson have in his bag of goodies today?
That's a very good question. You see a collection of sweet berries and a caramel apple.
Okay.
I was just gonna say 2 bottles of maple syrup.
You know what? Actually, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that too.
Aw, I was wanting to give Dorian the berries as like a little treat.
No, in addition to everything. So you have all
In
that.
addition to the sweet berries, you just see 2 bottles of maple syrup.
Perfect. Hey, Dottie, you want some?
No. You remember what happened last time?
One man is walking out into the hallway, sees Dottie just doing a bunch of push-ups, getting strong.
Dottie's been pumping iron since last night. She didn't actually sleep.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest for the people who can't handle their syrup.
And she looks at syrup like it is a bowl of Puma.
Do we have a skooma addict?
There is no skooma in this world. Number one. Number two, that is not happening on this stream.
I don't even know what that is.
I veto any attempt, by the way.
Okay.
It's maple syrup. Listen, sugar is just as addictive, if not more so, and it's legal.
All right. Well,
Um,
I'm gonna look at Mr. Lorzan and kind of quirk my head about and say, "Do you hear that?
Hear what?
That sound, that strumming. It's quite pleasant."
You mean the music? Here, wait. Let me roll to see if Lorson actually likes what he's playing. Nope, he does not.
He does not like peaceful, relaxing music.
Nope.
You guys see Lyrian just kind of like shamble out of her room, rubbing her eyes.
Grimshaw needs coffee. Just straight up, Grimshaw comes out of his room, dark bags under his eyes. Looks like he is just ready to murder someone. Just give him a reason.
Last night?
You watch as Cieldre walks up to him, like puts her hand on his shoulder and starts pushing out the door, going like, "Don't worry, I'll get him some coffee."
Have you never met non-morning people?
Oh,
Have you never met somebody who does not thrive in the morning?
Yeah,
Oh,
she.
That is what you're dealing with Grimshaw now.
Yeah, Cieldre's just like walking him out the door, patting him on the shoulder, going like, "Don't worry, I'll do the talk."
I'll
He's-
have you something.
He's like half asleep, just.
His armor's kind of like cocked off to the side.
I am genuinely curious, though. Have you discovered whether or not Lorzan likes the music?
He doesn't. Yeah,
He does not.
weird rolls. Yeah.
Oh dang.
Sounds like nonsense to him.
She'll look
Lyrian's
back over.
just kind of like
Oh,
bobbing
sorry.
her head in music.
Yes. She'll look back over to Grimshaw, who looks like a pre-project mummification. And then back to Lorzan. Y'all are not morning people, are you?
Lyrian shakes her head.
Well, it's a bright new day for fun and excitement.
The only morning I do is morning the knees I didn't decapitate earlier this week.
Lyrian goes over and starts pushing Troxel out the door, going like, "I want food."
So head over to the tavern and get some breakfast, and then just confirm that we're heading to I think it's the southwest from this town that we're in. I think that was what it was determined last time.
Well,
I think it was wet.
on your way to the tavern, for those who are morning people, please roll to see if you catch any rumors.
Not me.
Just because
Here.
Grimshaw is not a morning person does not mean that he is not listening for rumors. He is rearing many humors right now. Dottie, roll for me. Roll to see how many humors I rear.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
You rolled a 10. I rolled a 2.
Lorson, did you roll, or
No, he's not a morning person.
is
Like-
Troxel a morning
likewise.
person? Oh, Troxel's not a morning person either?
No.
The whole group's just not morning people. We
Yeah.
have been traveling at night this entire time.
No one has caught any rumors this morning.
I mean,
Nobody has
when you're
reared
walking
many
over to
humans.
the tavern, what are people going to say anyhow? I mean, unless
Quite a
it's,
lot, actually.
Yeah.
something that's really outstanding that everybody's talking about.
There's always something people are talking about.
Yeah, small towns. Dude, the fish truck. Anything happen in a small town is going to go by quickly. You're going to hear everything in that town. As long as your ears are open.
Yep.
Before we get to the tavern, Dottie will already be snacking on one of her rations in her pack, amounting to nothing but like service crackers.
I love it.
I guess while everyone else is heading to the tavern, I'm gonna head to the aviary.
All right.
I'm gonna ask if anyone else would like to come with me.
I'll tag along.
Alright.
I need coffee.
Sealdrid's just like, shut up, I'm bringing you there.
Continues pushing the door for long.
Yeah, she's like, if you be quiet,
I'm
we'll
like
get it
poking
there.
her with the fucking bow and arrow.
All right, so Lorsan and Dottie head over to the aviary. There's a guard manning it and watching over it, making sure people don't steal litters.
I'm just here to feed the birds.
I'll ask the guard if
You asked the guard what?
any mail is coming for me.
He asked for your name.
Lorson Adabar.
Lorsan Adabar.
Yes.
He starts looking through the list of the different letters, and he goes, yes, there is one for you, actually.
Alright, cool.
Sending it to you on Discord, unless you want me to read it aloud for everyone. Which I doubt that's the case, but...
No.
Sent.
Unless if Dottie looks over
Is Dottie gonna snoop?
Lorson's shoulder.
Is she gonna peek? Oh, she's rolling. She's rolling.
Yes.
She is gonna peek. Okay.
And
Alright, so-
your
well,
shoulder
okay.
is actually going to be like directly under you where your arms are. It's just
I was
like-
about to ask how you were gonna do that.
Well, I mean,
So, because
I was gonna say that you know if the coop is like on the ground or something like Lorson probably like stoop over to take the note off and he'll probably be
Well,
bending
first of all, it's not like hanging off of something. There's like a slot where they put the mail in,
Okay.
but it is off the ground. So, yeah,
Alright.
she's right. The best way she could do that is just hang out, like stand behind you, look from underneath your arm as she's trying to read the letter.
like full tippy toe mode is going on.
Alright, I'll just copy and paste it over to you, but there we go.
Ooh, secret note.
And while you guys are reading that letter, Grimshaw and Troxel, you guys, along with Sealdre and Lyrian, reach the tavern, the Golden Mare Tavern.
We'll go in, be seated at a table, and order breakfast, I guess.
Yep.
I need coffee and mead.
Uh-oh.
I will
Daddy.
eat it later.
Dottie, you have to stop vanishing like that.
Listen, I'm Bernard today, therefore I can just like. Right.
She's illusioning out because she is Bernard. Bernard's so good at his job, he's just never. We can't find him. Where'd he go?
There have been times where I wondered like what would happen if this series got animated at any point, and I think it'd be hilarious if like if that ever did happen, this specific scene, Dottie ends up drinking like some kind of potion that just randomly makes her invisible at random points of the day.
Yes.
That'd be hilarious.
Awful. Alright. Like I said, I doubt they have anything truly hard here, so I'm gonna get the hardest alcohol they have and a coffee.
That seems counterproductive.
You've never had an Irish coffee, have you?
All right, so as you're sitting down with your coffee and alcohol, there's another person. There's another person there. He's just kind of like looking over at you guys and says, "By any chance, sir, are you the dwarf who brought? Are you the dwarf who brought a new culinary delight to this town?"
I may be. Why?
He kind of like looks over at you and says, "How much for the recipe?"
Where are you coming from?
He hails from little whiles to the east, he says.
Well, the problem is that this place just wanted the price of the recipe. Didn't want to pay royalties to it. But if you can make me a much better offer, say for every 10 things you sell, I get 1 silver.
Way too much.
I think that not necessarily.
Yeah.
That's what's like 10 copper a pancake?
That's half a silver. Oh, sorry, that's
half a silver?
That is a full silver. Yeah. That's a full silver.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 silver for 10 pancakes. So yeah, that scans 10 copper for a So again, it'd be expensive. You'd make the pancakes expensive. And then you can add artificial scarcity to it, driving up said price of pancakes. The idea behind keeping stuff scarce and giving a town a reason to be kind of put on the map is to drive up business, make things more expensive than they need to be.
Oh,
so
I'm not with the town. I'm a traveling merchant. We have a business that we, like to bring about. So I figured if we could make this in the way it would make a lot more money.
Is it gonna make me a lot more money too, or is it just gonna make you a lot more money?
Well, it sounds to me, sir, like you're really good at business, so I'm surprised you have not made this a business yourself.
Because I am no chef. I may have the recipes to do it, but I am no chef. And plus, the associate that I have who knows how to actually make the base product of it isn't around currently.
Ah, I see. In that case, we can talk again when he's by.
Yes. But, like I said, it's going to have to be a royalty-based system because that's the only way I stand to make any sort of inkling of money on it.
I understand. Well, in that case, maybe you'll hear from us again. He says as he looks over to the innkeeper's wife before the tavern keeper's wife before heading out the door.
Interesting.
All right, so Lord Sandati, you have read the letter.
So as Lorthan is reading the letter, Dottie kind of sees something that she's never seen on Lorthan's face before. It's a kind of a little smile.
Oh. thought he was so
Aw.
so happy. You must really like him.
And I guess Lorson will fold it. Well, fold the letter, put it in his pocket. Write a letter of his own. Address it to Mirialda Adabar, and give it to the guard, saying, "Deliver it to Renranshire."
Alright. He kind of like writes the name of that location down, gives it to a specific pigeon. The pigeon flies off.
Grimshaw just an army of ducks for this session.
Yes, he's got all his ducks in a row.
He is a duck. He is ducks.
He's gonna cover up the screen.
There's no dwarf. There is just ducks.
There is no Grimshaw, only Duck Army.
Grimshaw should have an army of ducks following him around.
You know what? Pig.
Pig. Alright, so...
I did have one thing I wanted to ask. The apiary?
Aviary?
Yes.
What'd you want to add?
Shit.
Ooh, stabbed it to me.
Oh. If you have any letters for one, Dadalinka Opahala, Paradothin, Amadis Demanson, Nithistica, Alexandriomeda, De Rubina, Esmeralda, Jasminta, La
You just see the guard like slowly look down at you going,
Ambrose de Chaldeconin, Tormelandan, Lapisla, Zulazulin, de Kurilendin, Barbie, Raquel, Braylon, Andrea Lizu.
okay, just stop.
Oppenheimer von Hohenheim III. First of his name.
Just looks down at you like that. Just stop. No, I have not heard, I've never seen any letter written to anything as ridiculous as that name before.
Of course not.
Oh, I'm expecting one from Anna. She's about to announce her father's name.
He's just like, no, don't.
No.
I've not seen
Keep
any.
going, this is fun.
He's like, I've not seen any ridiculous name. Nothing long, nothing stupid, nothing like that. No. I've not seen anything like that.
No. Keep going.
That name has been in my family lineage for generations, sir. I will have you know that we are a distinguished house of pony herders.
He's like, okay, that's nice. Gnome name, right?
Yes.
There is in no way that is distinguished. But the funny thing is, if you're a gnome, then that's a compliment because they prefer humor over everything else. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So she is great at jig right now.
Yeah. So he's just like, regardless, I've not seen anything like that. So you can just be on your way.
Lucky.
As you guys are walking around, you just hear him mutter himself like, gnomes, what the hell?
Going over to Lorzan, she will give a small bow and apologize and say, I didn't mean to read over your shoulder, it's just, I don't really know that much about you. And
you realize that Lorsan didn't actually know you read over his shoulder, right?
Nope.
Yeah, and I have to apologize for it anyway because I'm...
Okay,
nice.
I needed to clarify that.
Apologizing in advance.
Also, Grim, Pam is asking how many ducks you have.
Anywhere between 10 and 15.
For a second, I thought you were going to say 50.
Look, I bought a bag of them. I used to have like 100, but as Jeep things do, I hand those out to other Jeep drivers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole thing on the internet. It's fantastic. But
I'm aware. Yeah. Okay, go ahead,
That's
Lorsan.
nice. Okay, so Dowdy told him that she was looking at
Yeah.
her his letter.
Total advantage of privacy.
I guess it's better to ask for forgiveness and for permission.
that's how God works.
Oftentimes, that is the way.
I mean, there's really nothing much to know about me.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. You're quite an interesting fellow.
Why? Because I'm a half-orc?
More akin to the things that you do, less than what makes you what you are on a superficial level.
I guess, Lorson is going to carefully study Dottie, like, up and down for a moment. And he's, gonna ask,
Mostly down.
he's, gonna ask, have you ever been to the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, the, Caeldo Providence?
The K.O. del Providence.
Yes, okay, I've said it right.
Have you ever seen the inside of a Turkish bathhouse?
Is that province over eastward?
It's actually down south.
Well, southeast, but yeah, you're both right.
I can't say that I have. No.
I'm guessing someone of your alignment wouldn't go there in the first place. It's not really a place for your... what's the word I'm looking for? Hang on.
Disposition?
Career, yes.
Disposition, likeness.
Yes. Disposition.
I have been hither and thither, though. I seek to visit more places in my time. And as she sort of leans up to him, her amulet jingles and jingles against the clink and clink.
And my amulet jingle jangle.
Has Dottie told the group what god she follows?
No.
No? Alright. I don't recognize that symbol. What deity do you follow?
Do you wanna roll for it, or do you wanna go ahead and assume you don't know?
I'll roll for it. If I don't recognize it, I'll ask her.
I've got to do a thing really quick.
Let's see. 800. Nope, he does not know. He knows nothing.
Shall we check Discord really quick?
I cast. No,
You want me to go ahead and give the summary? Or...
I can give the summary.
All right.
I just can't remember the specific amount. The deity I follow is actually not one of my kind. He is more commonly related to the human pantheon. He is Iltar, the god of guardians. Um, he governs over paladins, protection, and crusades.
I see.
Cruise of what?
You are not here.
I know.
He's been protecting and guiding me on my journey while I discover more about the world and a bit more on how it works.
And you follow him because why?
She'll kind of look up at him as is her only option and think for a moment and kind of say, lately I don't know. I haven't gotten to talk with him or have a one-way conversation in a bit of a minute now. Now that you mention it, I should. Do you follow a deity?
No. I mean, of course,
Often,
Dowdy would know that he's a warlock, so.
Which, to remind players and audience, the difference between them is a deity actively devotes their life to serve a god, as opposed to a warlock, which is basically making a business deal. There's a reason that many
Oh,
people
sorry.
despise warlocks because of how that works.
Yep.
she kind of sits there staring at you expectantly for a second.
I watched you do the twiddle fingers.
The being that I follow is a crusty old hag. Just all wrinkled and gnarly and quite unappealing.
Oh, how does one such as yourself get tangled up with a hag?
1 second.
This is so conservative.
Oh no.
The DM is taping.
The DM. That is never a good sign. What have you done, Tia?
DM said, "Hold, please."
How could you? How could you, Lorthan?
So you suddenly feel see Lorsan shiver for a moment before he just goes flips off the sky.
And the effect just got twice as bad.
Oh. It might pay dividends to apologize to your friend.
No. She doesn't
Sort of
deserve
like-
an apology.
Very critically staring at you for a moment. What happened?
Do you not feel the air temperature? around you, it would feel like the temperature dropped like 5
Dottie
degrees.
does not feel a thing.
Oh, come on. Okay, fine.
Tiny, bubbly little. She's like a tiny little ball of sunshine. Just
She's too short to feel it.
how's the weather up there?
Cold.
Cloudy with a
I
chance
feel
of
like
snow.
I feel like Dottie has a moment where she's just like, wait a minute, heat goes up, cold goes down. How does that make?
Logic. I won't press you any farther, but know that I am here to talk if you need.
Sure.
Disgruntled.
We should go rejoin the others.
Good idea.
Speaking of the others, Grimshaw, you are having your coffee.
Don't your alcohol. Having your Irish
They are mixed. They are of course mixed.
As you're having your coffee, you see Lyrian looking a little bit anxious and kind of trying to keep herself calm as she drinks her warm milk.
On the side of my mug say "Don't disturb" until empty.
I assume you wrote that on there instead of it being on there.
Oh yes, absolutely. I just with a piece of chalk.
You just hear the tavern keeper being like, "You better clean that up."
It's chalk. It'll come off in the wash.
That you'll be doing.
You still owe me. I could ruin this town if I wanted to.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
You see his disposition slowly changing with every sip.
Do I see that Lorian is looking
Lyrian?
indisposed?
Yeah, it's she's not hiding it. She's just trying to, yeah, she's just very clearly like anxious and not feeling like the most comfortable.
Okay. I'll ask her. Is there anything I can do to help?
She's like, no, it's just I really want to find out where my father went.
You know what? I think we should be moving on. Actually, let's finish our food and go.
Plenty to do, but the whole party ain't here yet. No use rushing.
She looks over at Grimshaw and she goes, "Do we even know where the mage is yet?"
Can't say we do. We know he's somewhere in this town.
We should ask around then, right? Like, do we have to leave immediately, or?
Oh, we ain't leaving the town. We staying for a little while.
Well,
This
yeah,
is our
but like
base.
you guys were talking about like heading out to investigate and then fight enemies, and she's like, I kind of want to find out where he is first.
I thought we talked to a magic user in town that said he went to the west.
Well, yes, but that wasn't the mage that Pleasant met. It was a witch
Yeah,
that Hayden
you guys spoke to a witch.
Or like Grimshaw.
Grimshaw's gonna make a deal with the witch, I swear. Why are witches not to be trusted? Because Grimshaw's not to be trusted.
Oh, man.
Anyone who deals with Grimshaw tends to be shady in general, so... Which is not out of his wheelhouse, but, you're right.
They must
We
be
need to
vampires if they don't like the sun.
We do need to find that magic user. But aren't you worried about the people of this town mysteriously going missing near the south side?
Oh man, you cut her deep, dude. Let me roll for her. Yeah, yeah. She kind of like stutters, going like, yes, but. At that point, she just kind of like curls up a little bit, sips her milk, and shuts up.
Look, everything in due time. We're still gonna find your dad. We're still gonna figure out what's going on, whether Cedra wants to do her thing or not, because she's having a conflict of interest. And we're gonna get every issue resolved in this town too. Because frankly, I like this little place. It's homey.
Cedra kind of looks over at you and says, "Really? Because I thought you would be more at home underground."
Does Grimshaw know what homey feels like, actually?
Who says I can't build an underground house? Or, you know, an entire underground network of fun.
She's like, "Hey, how about we just tone that
You know,
down
that's
a bit?"
close enough. They're both underground.
Grimshaw just like mutters that into his cup without, hopefully imperceptibly. Besides, this town's on the up and up. I can see.
No. Here, so you grab your mug, you pick it up, you mutter into it, and before you drink out of it, you hear the mug say, "I want lizard."
Didn't you have Lizard Man like 5 minutes, like a day ago?
Yeah, now I'm craving lizards.
Are they even in season right now?
Lizards or lizard men?
Lizards.
Lizards, regular lizards.
Oh.
Not right.
That's what I was thinking. I don't think they're ripe this time of year, man.
Lyrian just kind of asks, like, "Do they have to be big?" No, I just want lizard.
Just, you know, catch a little gecko. Here.
Do we
No,
even have
we need
lizards around?
insurance for our horses.
Do we even have lizards around here? Like, is that like a native thing to this country? I thought this country was temperate.
I mean, there's all sorts of different lizards.
Yes, but most lizards are either amphibious or cold-blooded. Most lizards actually are cold-blooded. We can find them, the lizards that are up north, but I think most of those are poisonous, aren't they?
I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, man, you... Whatever boats your float, man. We'll get some lizards, but we got anyone who can catch a lizard? Plural? Can't really shoot them with a bow.
I mean, Larson does have a spell he could use if they find a lizard.
He's also super
But they have to find one
fast.
first.
Speaking of Lyrian,
Yeah, he just ran up and...
Lorsan and Dottie, you guys are headed, you guys are walking together, and you can see the tavern up ahead.
Did we hear anything on the way?
Are you talking about rumors?
Yes.
Roll
Yes.
for
They
rumors.
They reared many humors.
Like a natural
Give me-
20.
Ah, there we go. I rolled a 7.
The waterfall rears many humors, you know.
Okay, let's see here.
You are no Tortoon feller.
You're going in jail.
Who, me?
No, my die.
One puts another dice in dice jail.
Done.
Lorsan,
Maybe I need to hear.
you are keeping a keen eye out for anything, anything to distract yourself or whatever, and you hear at the edge of your hearing someone whispering to another person, going, "I could have sworn those scarecrows were looking at me."
Can you repeat that?
You hear one person muttering to another person, "I could have sworn those scarecrows were looking at me."
Scarecrows, okay. What scarecrows? I mean, I'm assuming there are farms around here, right?
Correct.
Oh,
You okay, Grimshaw?
I'm not there.
I mean, can he see if they're looking in a particular direction?
No, you look over to them and it looks like they're just talking as they walk.
Hmm. Alright, well, that sounds interesting, so Lurton's gonna go walk up to them.
Roll a charisma check.
Yes, Daddy.
Does Lorzan get a bonus to the charisma check if I'm hanging on his shoulder? Just kind of piggybacking.
Lorsan, would
Just
you
like a little mouse.
would you allow Dottie to
Cling to
piggyback?
a shoulder.
Lorsan, would you allow Dottie to piggyback?
How heavy is she? She's wearing full plate armor, right? Would Lorsan even be able to
What's
carry
Lorsan's
her?
strength?
Good question. Let me see.
He
It
is small size.
Yes, but she's
Dumb.
also wearing full plate.
You have,
Like a-
you have like above average strength, so I would say roll a strength check to be able to carry her. But my question is, would Lorsan allow Dottie to be carried by him?
This is true. Would Lorsan carry Dottie?
Not at this moment, no.
All right, so
Maybe.
Dottie, if you want to
Maybe later
ride
on, but
his
not right now.
if you want to ride his back, you have to roll a dex check versus Lorsan's dex check.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, that's a 9.
9? Yeah, you fail.
Dottie goes for the eyes and then fails dramatically.
Balls
No,
face
Lorsan
forward.
stepped out of the way. What are you doing?
I thought it would be faster.
No.
All right, so Lorsan, go ahead and roll your
Steps
charisma
over
check.
Dottie continues walking.
Roll your charisma check.
Completely circumvent Dottie.
Wait, D100.
Dottie started.
Oh, that's I rolled an 80 plus
Plus or negative?
reaction adjustment is plus 10, so 90.
Damn, all right.
Cool.
So you actually present yourself in a non-intimidating and approachable manner to these two people. You
For
announce
once.
you politely and gently announce yourself.
No, not.
All right, sorry. Go ahead. Explain to me how you approach them. Because if you approach them the wrong way, then you're going to get negatives, and you'll probably fail this roll.
Let's say that he would attempt to smile, but it would come out more as a grimace.
He'd attempt to
trying
smile.
to
It comes
appear
out as a snarl.
He's trying to appear friendly for once.
He's trying to smile.
He's trying.
Okay, so we're at a state where you're coming across as tolerable. I just want to clarify that.
It's better than just running away screaming.
So what do you say to them?
I overheard you talking about some scarecrows looking at you. I also heard a rumor earlier about people going missing. Do you know if these scarecrows might be related to that incident?
I have no idea. All I know is that I looked over and they were all staring at me. I tried to show
Which
him,
direction?
and then you see a friend just kind of like shake, like his friend's crazy, going like, "Yeah, no." When I looked, none of them were looking at me, and when he looked back, they weren't looking either. So it's all in his head.
What
Smacks
direction?
the back of his head. What'd you say?
What direction?
What? The crows?
Obviously.
Oh, we just came from the west entrance, so.
Well, the west. Okay, the west are where the high trolls are. I don't think we got a direction for the monsters killing people, but that could be a lead. Could be where they're also at.
Now, if you don't need anything else, I'm gonna go hit the tavern. I gotta get myself a drink. No, you're getting to work. No, I want the. You see the I didn't see anything one drag the other one off.
So, what do you think about that, Paladin?
Dotted
I
in.
think that yes, the dotted in. I think that it's something that we should probably investigate.
Probably not by ourselves. That would be a bad idea.
Well, absolutely not. Shall we grab everyone else before we take a look?
Yes, we should probably do that.
Okay. Uppies.
That'll be smart instead of splitting the party.
Alright, so you guys start heading over to the tavern. On your way there,
Yes.
Dottie, you're about to pass an alleyway when you feel a tug in that direction.
The force is strong with this one. Dottie will stop and then she'll pivot and she'll look back, scan with razor keen focus for a moment.
And roll 3.
Actually, roll an 18.
On what?
I want to perceive.
Like what are you talking about? Like, are you looking for any details specifically, or are you just trying to do a vibe check, basically?
Vibe check this alley.
Okay. So, you're not getting anything from the alleyway, but you do feel as though your deity is pulling at you towards the alley.
I will clutch my amulet and follow the beck and call of what I perceive to be Ildar.
Alright, so, Dottie, not Dottie, Lorsan, you get to the tavern, you look over, and Dottie's not there. You guys watch
There's a short stack.
Lorsan walks in, you guys don't see Dottie with him.
Where's the short stack? You were in charge of her this time.
We were both on the way here. I turned around and she was suddenly gone. Again.
What you mean, God?
As in, I turned around and she wasn't there.
You don't magic a midget out of existence.
She's short, okay? I'm like twice her size.
I gave you one job. Don't lose the shorter than me.
Lyrian kind of looks over you and says, "Then what about Bernard?"
He can take care of himself.
So can she. She's really strong.
Listen, Bernard can actually disappear.
She's also naive. Yeah.
Basically,
The paladin has gotten into, well, the other fighter of this group has gotten into a lot of trouble by themselves. And you saw what happened when we gave them sugar. What if someone
Oh,
accepts
no.
candy from a stranger?
It's just
Where-
someone in the back.
Lyrian just kind
Dolly
of
pulled up with their cloak. Want some sugar, kid?
Lyrian looks over at Grimshaw and just goes, should we look for her then, or?
Yeah, we're gonna look for her.
No, we should probably leave her. Of course, we're going looking for her.
Seal just kind of like,
Can-
can I at least finish my breakfast first?
Absolutely. You can finish your breakfast.
You can finish your breakfast. We'll go and look for her.
Yep. Can I get a to-go mug of this?
Lyrian
little
just,
straw.
Lyrian just like
It's
starts tugging
gonna
at
be like-
Troxel's robes, going like, "Come on, we can't finish. We have to hurry."
Grimshot's gonna walk around like Julian from Trailer Park Boys with a mug.
He's got the medieval equivalent of a Stanley Cup.
Yes. With a little straw and everything.
And as you guys are all starting to head out of the tavern, Norden gets there and he's like, "All right, sorry, I'm late. Whoa, we're already leaving."
It's not my fault. You decided to play music at the end. No, we gotta go find our small friend.
It's like, he looks around and goes, "Which one?"
We're not gonna find the shifty one.
Got it. Now then,
He'll be found when he
That's
wants
where
to be
we get
found.
little-
all right. Now for Dottie.
Isn't it?
Yes. What do happen to the Dottie?
You are you start walking down the alleyway and just walking through districts wherever you feel led to. And as you start walking, like the state of things seems to be getting a little bit worse until you eventually end up at the poor district.
I'm sorry, you end up at where?
The
Yeah.
poor district.
Okay. Man, we have a bad history going into poor districts.
Well, as
Listen, we have caused way too much chaos in the poor districts.
as you walk through this place, Dottie, you are seeing. Well, give me 1 second. There we go. You are essentially seeing a lot more people who are unwell here, either very clearly sick or very clearly in financial need. There are people who are not doing well, and there are people on the streets. There's people kind of like sitting on balconies, and the further out you go, the less and less buildings there are, and the more there are huts or tents and that kind of stuff. And you just feel this misery in the area as you're walking through the place. You can
Would
see
one call this a shanty town?
You can see their on their faces and everything else. They feel truly abandoned.
Even though there's a Clark temple in the town itself.
That's correct.
Send in Grimshaw, hero of the people. Hang on, let me roll my eyes a little bit harder.
Taking this site and a few thoughts pepper over her brain, and she gets an idea to try and locate like a central point in this area.
Okay. So, like, what exactly are you saying?
I want to find a fixed point that's sort of centralized in the area.
Like where?
Is there something equivalent to a fountain or center of the street
Okay.
or
All right. So what do you do when you find one?
I'd like to take some chalk and try and carve in the sigil that she saw earlier for the god of harvest.
Okay.
And as she takes her chalk and scrolls this in, essentially put down 2 sticks of incense and light them and sit before this small altar and sort of like cross-legged
Yeah.
and pray. And as soon as for historical accuracy, because I had the name of this deity, I need to grab it from the website sponsor, Aerolist website. There we are. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Essentially, what she's going to do from the get-go is pray to the god of the of harvest and bounty, and as soon as I get the name of this deity, I can actually RP this up.
The Oratrice Mécanique de l'Anise Cardinal.
According to the Oratrice Mécanique de l'Anise Cardinal.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique de l'Anise Cardinal.
So there's not a lull while I do this. Is there any sort of reaction from the people?
Yes, there is. So, what was it? So, the people have like when they see you start scrolling it, they were taking notice and some interest. And as you're finishing the circle, there's a couple of them who are kind of like craning their necks or like standing up to get a closer look. And they see you putting the incense down and lighting it and sitting cross-legged. And a couple of them start moving a little bit closer to get a closer look, see what's going on, to get a better look at you. There's a little bit of muttering amongst them, things like that. You'll have to worry about the name because even I can't find it. I'll have to figure out where it went.
That way.
Mm. Then I'll say,
yeah, so
Grand deity of this land, your people are forlorn. They are downtrodden. In this time of great need, they need you now more than ever. And I hope that this simple act will provide enough, or at least a monogram of tuppence. A bit of faith goes a very long way, and I know that it would do them justice to have a small ray of sunshine in this very bleak of times.
as Dottie finishes her prayer and she opens up her eyes, she sees that a few people have joined her in the circle around the rune, around the carving, including a few children who you see are like looking up at parents who are closing their eyes and you're like, oh. And you see a lot of people who are looking at you with disdain or as if that or like just not like negative reactions, but there are some people who are looking at you with either curiosity or a little bit of hope. The people in the around the circle with you, as you sit with them, you hear, like, you see like one or two of them starting to cry a little bit.
How could you make those children cry, Dottie? I thought you were the pure one.
Try and further her aid of this small area. Her talisman is going to glint, and she's going to try and cast her chant. And
Okay.
use a spell for once.
I'm trying to remember what that spell does specifically.
It gives a bonus. Some sort of a bonus, but I'm not.
You're just trying to channel the deity's power through you, is what you're trying to do.
Yes.
All
Like
right.
a conduit. Like the Avatar.
In accordance to the Ordris Mécanique Delanis Cardinal.
Dahlia's eyes start to glow and she rises from the ground.
We now turn to the Ortris Mécanique Delanis Cardinal.
The winds whirl around her and like stones and stuff.
Yeah.
In
As she goes Avatar form.
Alright.
All right.
Then the
So you
angels come
focus-
down and say,
Oh.
You focus your power through you, and you don't try and channel it or focus it. All you do is let it flow through you. And you let your deity do the rest. And you can feel your deity smile towards you. And you
Daddy
hear
gets a big
and you
old
hear the
thumbs up.
words and you hear the words in your head. This is why you're here.
Dottie, where did the deity touch you? Where on the doll did the deity touch you?
Stop it.
Where on the doll did the deity touch you?
Some semblance of peace and warmth.
I'm
As she will
trying so hard.
maintain her chance until she is found by her friends.
All right. In that case, let's go over to the friends.
She very clearly went to the rich district.
Theodore just kind of goes, you know, we could probably ask. It's not that hard to miss her. Despite the size.
No, Lorsan lost her.
I turned my back for 1 second, she was gone.
You know how she works. Did anyone give her sugar today?
No.
Look at Lorsan, concerned.
What? I didn't give her any sugar. I know what happened last time.
As you guys are cutting through some streets and trying to find out where she is, a group of people kind of like cut you off at a certain point. You see,
What?
from what you can tell, it's 4 of them. There's essentially one person wearing fairly nice clothes, and then a couple of people who pretty strong, pretty burly, pretty intimidating, and they just kind of like look over at you guys and say, "Grimshaw Honeystone, was it?"
What do you want? We're busy.
Don't think I ever exchanged names with you.
No, but that friend of yours, Buddy, was it? He mentioned your name.
What do you want?
We're here to give you a quick warning. don't get in the way of business.
Well, right now you're an hour away.
This guy looks over. Oh, go ahead.
I can say the same to you, pal. Because it seems to me this whole town is in bad business right now.
We're not trying to go against the crown. We just do what we can to make a living. You try to fix the town, you're going against the crown. We don't need that kind of heat. You want that kind of heat? Get out of town. Go join that revolutionary. He looks over at Lorsan and just stares at you as Lorsan, you hear more people from behind. Turn around, there's another 4 people. Again, one person who looks finally nicely dressed, and then 3 other people who look like they're ready to fight. And they go, like we said, this is a warning. You can stick around, you can stick your nose around, but you get in our way, and you're going to be kicked out of town. Do we make ourselves clear?
Do I notice the sigil on their clothes, or are they hiding themselves relatively quickly?
What do you mean?
Like, do they have any like noticeable marks on the fancy guy's clothes?
Yeah, because there's 2 of them.
1 second, let me just check. See, their group is. Where is it? You essentially see a what do you call it? You see roll an intelligence check actually.
Somebody roll an intelligence check for me.
Dottie.
Let's see how intelligent you are. You are not intelligent enough.
Does anyone else want to look for anything?
Yeah, I guess I'll also roll to see if I spot anything. Rolled a 14 and
Just a 12.
that's a 14.
All right, so Troxel and Lorsan, you're able to catch a it's small, but you are able to catch essentially a symbol of a rat with fangs.
A symbol.
Yeah, like a mark that they use to identify each other. It's subtle, it's small, but it's there.
I'll point that out to Bernard if he was here, but
Pointed out to me. Now you can put
I'll
2 and
point it
2
out to
together.
Grimshaw. I'll point it out to Grimshaw.
Didn't realize that the local thieves guild were a bunch of cowards. And wouldn't it be better for business if the throne was dismantled?
To the first, they show no response. To the second, they say, "Oh, it would be, if we could actually do anything about it." But we don't need But we don't need that kind of heat. If he's opposed, better for it. But anyone who gets in the way of the throne has a target on their back. We try to avoid that.
So we're not on you. So you're not on our side, and we're not on yours.
Everyone's on their own side, my friend. Everyone just tries to survive, and we all do what we need to do.
Unfortunately, that's not how the world works, my friend. Everyone may be working for themselves, but one day soon, there's going to be a yes or no. You're either on the side of the king or on the side of the rebellion. And frankly, by the looks of it, tyranny's got to end sometime.
Oh, I have no doubt about it. But just because there are sides doesn't mean there can't be neutral parties. There always are. Merchants are never on anyone's side. They just sell to everyone.
Question.
Merchants always have merchant.
What's the king doing in this area that's detrimental to you specifically?
Besides the taxes, besides the fact that they let your family basically control all the trade in this town, despite the fact that it's owned by another family, simply because the king doesn't like the fact that there are other.
We went through that before. Our family paid good money a long time ago for that trading rights. And secondly,
Yep.
these people don't look like they're working enough to pay taxes in the first place.
Grimshaw, you see Cieldre's like hands start tightening.
No, bad. I want to punch him too. Bad. Look, your family has a stranglehold. Your family is taxing the people to the point where they don't want to work, where they can't
My
work.
family doesn't tax anybody here. This is a different area.
That you guys own the rights to trade in. If you can't trade, you can't make any money. If you can't make any money, there's no work.
Hey! Two lovebirds. You can have your little debate afterwards. Did the message
You are
get through?
interrupting it. You are interrupting an educational meeting.
Oh, you can have that after this. Do you understand the warning?
I understand that you're a coward, and that you need hired muscle to even make a statement. Is this how the Thieves Guild here runs?
Maybe we should have a demonstration.
Maybe you should have a kneecapitation.
Oh, looks like we're gonna do this the hard way. Alright, boys. Have at them. Now we roll
This is
initiative.
gonna be fun.
Or, well, we would roll initiative if we had enough time. Well, we have 7 minutes till break, so we're going to jump over to Dottie one more time.
Well, I mean, we can still roll and then leave combat for after the break.
If we want, we can do that, yeah. Everyone
let's
roll a
do that.
d10.
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 Yep.
Let's see.
Ooh.
I got a 7.
An 8.
Dottie, you need to roll for Grimshaw.
Oh, right. Oh, 14.
A d10. D10, Dottie.
D10.
The 10.
I'm intelligent.
There's a +4 on her roll.
4.
Alrighty, so they're going first.
Okay.
Alright, Dottie. We got 6 minutes for you before break.
What was the question?
Oh. Is this happening anywhere nearby then, I hear?
Nope.
Or am I preoccupied?
You are
Nope.
not near.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is like at the edges of the area and you're like in the center. So I guess it would be pretty far
Well-
away.
Unfortunately, I'm not the type of player to zip myself over in something that I don't know about, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna continue
Unless your
holding
day
my...
leads you somewhere else.
That is true. I will. Do I roll to perceive,
Do you want to?
or do I perceive?
It's up
Sure.
to you. If you want to roll, you
I
can.
am
If
communing
otherwise,
with my deity currently.
Are your
That
spidey
is
senses
an
tingling?
11.
11. Yeah, you perceive it.
The Dottie, we need a hero moment.
We need a hero!
So that will power Dottie over.
You are led
My
further.
people need me.
You're not led to the group yet. You're led somewhere else.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
You almost turn a corner when you hear someone like frantically begging for mercy from someone else. And you hear a soft, soothing, beautiful voice say, "You should have thought of that before you tried to back out of our deal." And then you hear a scream,
Wait.
and then silence.
What area of the town did the witch say she lived in?
Poor
She said she lived
section.
in the poor district. Oh no! Ah!
Turn around the corner. Sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth. What are you doing? How do you respond to that?
I am coming to the cry of help as quickly as I can.
Well, that's gonna be
You
fun.
see a beautiful woman in a beautiful dress, holding in her hands what appears to be a rat. As she looks up at you, as she like has the rat in a grip, as she just kind of strokes it, going, "Hello, dear. I'm sorry I had to hear that unpleasantness."
The person was turned into a rat.
I apologize for intruding. However,
Apology accepted.
I must insist that you undo whatever has been done.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I can't do that. You see, we had an agreement, and he knew what the cost would be if he failed to play his part of things. He failed
What?
and tried to backstab me. Quite literally,
Can-
actually.
Can you speak a little louder, Christian? I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize. So she explains, I'm not going to do the voice again. She explains that he had a part, like, they had signed an agreement. He had his part to play. He did not do that, and on top of that, because he knew what the consequences were ahead of time, he tried to backstab her, literally. And so the consequences of those actions have been fulfilled.
I see.
Sorry,
I don't
who,
think that.
who were we talking about? Bernard?
And we got, what?
No.
It was not
Just a
Bernard's
different
voice
voice.
she heard.
What did he promise to do?
That is between him and I. And besides,
At this moment, it's between you and I.
if you wish to speak business, dear, follow me to my home, and we can talk there. And
Let's
that's where
talk.
we're gonna end the session. Or not? That's where we're gonna end the We're gonna
Break.
start break.
Not
yeah.
end.
We're not gonna end this session. Good lord, that would be terrible.
Yes, follow the
Dottie's
witch
going to
her
talk business.
gingerbread house.
Yeah, Grimshaw's not going to talk business with a witch. Dottie is.
Whose house
This
made of
is
gingerbread.
concerning.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys in 15 minutes.
Thank God I'm out of drink.
We'd be
Look
all
at me.
right if the wind was in our sails. We'd be all right if the wind was in our sails. We'd be all right if the wind was in our sails. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. Oh, we'd be all right if the northern water's clear. We'd be all right if the northern water's clear. We'd be all right if the northern water's clear. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. And we'll all hang on behind. Well, a dry sack below wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a dry sock below wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a dry sock below wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a leave for the shore wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a leave for the shore wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a leave for the shore wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a pint of black stuff wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a pint of black stuff wouldn't do us any harm. Well, a pint of black stuff wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind, and we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind.
Ivy's no enough, and lately Ivy's no enough than sun. Ivy's no enough, and lately Ivy's no enough than sun.
no regrets. My blood is in the water and the sharks are taking bets. They circle in, waiting for my final breath, but they won't see me drown. I hoist my sails for the treasure in the sea. The winds that blow behind me take me where I'm supposed to be. I'm raising hell for the ones who don't believe. Their words can't drag me down. When the wind rips the tide, I will sail, reach the other side. Let the storm roll on wild. I was born for this. I'm unsinkable. Calling demons from the deep. The thunder's throwing punches, trying to knock me off my feet. But I won't bow when their shadows cover me. My course is carved in stone. When the wind rips the tide, I will sail, reach the other side. Let the storm roll on wild. I was born for this. I'm unsinkable. I will sail, reach the other side. Let the storm roll on wild. I was born for this.
Daughter of the sea, beware, I heard him cry. His words carried upon the ocean breeze as he sank beneath the tide. Those blood-soaked shores of Kalimdor, where sailors fought and died, the Admiral fell at Theramore because she left his side. Why this? Why this? Oh, daughter of the sea, why this? Did you forget your seaside days? Oh,
Welcome back, everyone. Alright, so I need to know, are we starting with Dottie and the witch, or are we starting with the fight scene? What do you guys prefer?
Do whatever you want, Christian.
I want to say Dottie and the Witch.
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Seems like an interesting conversation.
Dottie, you ready to have your conversation with the witch?
Oh yes,
Alright.
they're ready.
Get to her thing. Alright, so she leads you through the district. You notice very easily that anyone who catches a glimpse of her immediately, like, shies away, runs, or just freezes in terror. She has very big reputation here. She leads you over to where her hut is, and invites you in. The second you step in, you can feel the air darkening. And you feel the presence of your deity just a little bit less. In her hut, there's a whole bunch of different stuff, including, like, charms of protection, stuff like that. There's dream catchers. You see a couple of chests and shelves, things around there. She kind of, like, waves her hand, and a chair is pulled away, pulled towards you as she sits down in a chair as well. Now then, Miss Paladin, how might I assist you?
She was polite enough to pull out a chair. Dottie will take a seat adjacent. And
You're getting warning signals from your deity to be on guard in this situation.
we'll refrain from sitting then.
No. This is as you're sitting down. Your deity's just like, be on guard at all times. Which is it's one of those situations where, like, everything about her demeanor, her appearance, her smile, everything looks like she should be trusted. But your like divine sense is setting off warning signs, going like, you're in a dangerous situation right here.
It is less than what you can do for me, but more of what I can do for you.
Do tell.
These people, they're experiencing enough hardship as it is. It isn't right to add to it even more.
Such is the way of life.
What benefit do you get from this?
From what, per se?
These contracts that you make.
I get favors, an object or two, service. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's other things. Whatever I need in the moment, so to speak. But ultimately, if anyone wishes to get my help, something must be paid. Nothing is ever free in this world.
I don't mean to be rude, but if you could speak up a little bit. A little bit. Please. I'm
She
trying
said-
to enjoy the.
I get that. It's just frustrating that I'm having this mic issue. Stupid. She essentially to wrap up what she said last. She's saying, nothing's ever free. If they want something from her, they have to give something in return.
And their lives becoming rodents that is sufficient tuppence.
If they fail to what's the word I'm looking for? If they fail to pull through on their end of the bargain, then yes.
Just out of curiosity, how does that aid you in the future if they're in a point where they can do nothing?
Everyone knows not to cross me, darling. It sends a message. And sometimes I like a pet every now and then.
She eats them.
What would it take for you to restore these people to their proper form?
Oh, you're cute, aren't you?
That's what I'm told.
Cute but deadly.
What could you, a paladin, do for me? That is a good question. I tell you what. I'll give you two options, my dear. If you wish for me to restore these peasants to their original stage, the easy option is a life for a life. Give me someone else to transform, and I'll transform one of them. Of course, being a paladin and all, you probably don't want to do that option, do you? So here's an alternative. The little girl in your party, she has something on her person I'd like to have. Nothing major, I assure you. But if you could bring it to me, I'd much appreciate it.
She means that Ariane has something, or that Cieldra has something.
You mean Lyrian?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Lyrian.
She said little girl, so she's talking about Lyrian.
Okay.
What is this item you want?
She has a decorative chain on her person. It's sentimental reasons for her, so she probably wouldn't want to part with it, but it is for the lives of these driveling people, is it not? You bring me that chain. Bonus points if you bring it to me without her knowing. And I will do as you ask.
She wants a chain, as in like a necklace or a bracelet or something?
Basically. Although you're not there.
Yes, I'm just trying to understand what she means.
I was taking notes.
Yes.
Good to know. I'll take this into consideration.
Excellent. Now, while you're here, would you like to have some tea? I'd hate for you to leave without nothing.
I'm quite fine, thank you.
Suit yourself, darling.
I would like this in writing.
Of course, dear, of course. She pulls out parchment, pulls out quill and ink, and she starts to inscribe a contract. As she's inscribing this contract, I want you to roll me a wisdom check.
Did somebody say contract?
15 at base.
Is it 15?
Yes.
Alright.
Plus by nothing.
You can sense unholy powers binding this contract, essentially. She pushes this contract forward and says, now, if you sign that, the deal will be set, and I will be anticipating either as many lives as you want to trade or the chain of the little girl. Those warning bells have not stopped yet, by the way. They've still been going strong.
They would be going strong, even stronger at the contract.
Yeah.
Alright. Now that I'm aware of how this transaction works.
You've also seen
Not
the
a wall.
consequences if you go against it.
Well,
Are
read
they outlined
this
in the
open-
contract?
Is Dottie reading the
Or
contract
another-
through?
She's gonna read through it.
Alright. Here's a question for you. Do you speak Draconic?
That's a good question.
Because it's written in Draconic.
Nope.
So you can't actually
Unless
read what
it's
this
in sign
contract
language.
says.
No.
You can't actually read what this contract says.
Alright.
I have
Here's
statement to
what
this.
you're going
That's gonna drive so many
do.
people crazy.
What were you saying, Dottie?
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make you a counter offer. You are going to release everyone from this hold that you have. You're going to cease and desist. You're going to pack up and leave.
Oh, you really are cute. Oh, that's adorable. Dearie, you're not the one with the power here. You remember that dark feeling you felt? It's starting to grow stronger in the area. Immensely stronger. As she starts listing off, going, "You're not strong enough to even attempt to challenge me, dearie. For starters. For another, I doubt that you would want you and your friends to become wanted men. I doubt you want the city guards chasing you. I doubt you would want your name dragged through the mud. I doubt you would like any of your little friends to be harmed. You are not up to the challenge here. You think the clergy or the noblemen rule this town? That the underground does? No. This is my town. I own it. No one else. You want to make a deal with me? You speak my language. Otherwise, bow your pretty little head and walk out the door. Oh, she just vanished!
she
literally walked out the door.
She walked out the door.
I'm sorry, I really quick have to grab my pizza. I heard my alarm go off.
Okay.
I'll grab that.
That was perfect timing, though.
I guess we're gonna pause there and just jump into the fighting scene. All right.
You know what?
Dottie literally just walked out the door. Fantastic. Just snubbed a witch and just be like, yeah, get out.
But yeah, in full seriousness, she would have felt that this power hanging over this room is too much for her to handle. It would have been too much for her. So, I will.
By herself, maybe.
That's adorable. Okay. You guys ready?
Yes.
What is it? 6 against? What is it? 6 against 6?
No.
8 against...
No, more like so 6 against 8.
Those
Technically
poor,
speaking.
so you're telling me I have 16 kneecaps to take?
Yes. Have
Also,
fun.
Lyrian is kind of looking like she does not want to fight. She'd rather hide.
Lyrian, sometimes you need to grow up. This is one of those moments.
I need to know where everyone is, by the way. Like, you're in the middle of the street, but position-wise, like who's in front, who's in back, who's in the middle.
Well,
And remember, you're flanked on
since
both sides.
Grimshaw and I were having our little argument, I guess we're both in front.
All right.
I guess Lorsan will be facing the 4 people that are behind us.
All right. In that case, Sealger will be by your side, looking towards them, and Norden and Lyrian are just kind of in the middle. Norden's like, all right, let's see, what kind of song can I play here?
Right, there we go. I made it.
Better be something inspiring.
Yeah, well,
Some,
unfortunately, he does not go
music.
first.
Unfortunately, what?
Norden, can I make a request?
You can.
Yes.
Before you finish that sentence, they're already on top of you guys.
No.
That's fine.
We need it.
Norden, play Let the Bodies Hit the Floor.
Lord. Okay, let's see here.
Or why enemies don't need knees.
All right. Remember, everyone rolls with disadvantage except for Sealdre.
Oh, great.
Because we have been forgetting that fact every single time.
Oh, damn. Grimshaw, despite the advantage, you're getting hit by one of them.
Fantastic.
Let me clarify real quick and go over their equipment so you know what you're dealing with. So the guys who aren't wearing like semi-fine clothes, they're wearing gambeson. They each have a small shield. 3 of them have a long sword. 2 of them have a mace, and 1 has a battle axe. So Grimshaw, your side has 1 mace and 2 long swords, and Tia, your group has 1 mace and 1 bat. Oh, hold on, that's not. Yeah. 1 mace, 1 battle axe, 1 long sword. There we go.
That's only 6.
Yeah, that's because there's the guys in fine clothing who don't appear to have any equipment on their person.
Oh, okay, got it.
Maybe a knife.
Do I think that those
Oh,
fine
no, I'm sorry. They do have
people-
a short sword each.
Do I think that those fine clothing people are casters?
You have no way to perceive that.
Okay.
To your eyes, they look like mid-class commoners, basically.
Okay.
Oh no, not mid-class commoners. They're rogues.
Worst.
They're thieves. They're trying to strong-arm us.
I forgot my weapon card. Oh, hold on. Weapon cards should be here, actually. Hold on. Here we go. So make sure I have everything. Grimshaw, what's your armor again?
4.
No. What actual armor is it? Is what I'm asking.
A split mail.
Split mail? Okay. All right. So let's see here. So he slashes you for 9 points of damage. No, hold on. Yeah, 9 points of damage. For his first attack.
Only 57 to go.
He gets a second hit in, too.
But I swear to God, if you start missing on my attacks.
8 points of damage.
Fantastic. He's not going to be walking for much longer. This is going to be an incapacitating. It's going straight for like the worst way to get incapacitated.
I'm aware.
I'm gonna let you know that a lot of people are going to be incapacitated this fight.
All right. Everyone else missed because of the disadvantage, but he actually managed to get hits on Grimshaw. Now for the other group. Lorsan, what's your AC?
It is. 1 second. 9.
I forgot to add my port to mine because it's not negatives anymore.
All right, so Lorsan, you and Cieldre get a hit.
Okay.
So Lorsan, you get hit for 7 points of damage.
With what?
Longsword.
Okay.
Cieldre get hits for 3 points of damage from the mace.
Eight.
All right, it's your turn, guys.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm going to cast Hold Person on 2 in front of us and 2 in front of Lorsan.
Which 2?
The one that hit
Grimshaw?
Grimshaw and a random one, and the 2 people with weapons on Lorsan.
There's only one person on Lorsan. The other person's on... sorry, there's 2 people on Lorsan, there's 1 person on you. Only one of them hit Grimshaw.
Okay. On Lorsan and Sheldrak.
All right.
So one random, the one who hit me, the one who hit Cieldre, and the one who hit Lorsan.
Mm-hmm.
Plus a random one in front of me.
All right, the only one who failed that save was the one who was attacking Cieldre. So the one who hit Grimshaw and Lorsan are still kicking.
Okay.
That's fine.
Perfect. Time to take knees.
Well, the random one also made their save?
Yeah.
Just for general interest, what is the save on a D20?
At their level, to succeed a save against spells, it's a 13 or higher.
Okay.
No, you see, the problem is, Lorsan, they threatened me. And by extension, all of you. Now I gotta end their entire lineage. Whether they survive or not, their entire lineage is done.
That seems a bit overkill.
I'm gonna go for the Nutcracker combo.
I see.
So, Bun, I need you to roll me a d20.
Six.
So that's a 15.
Yeah, that hits. Oh wait, hold on.
I need to.
He's gonna parry. So.
Oh, I didn't get the choice to parry.
You had a choice. You didn't announce it though.
What it
Okay.
is it
Okay,
possible to parry bladed weapons, or is it only not bladed weapons that you can parry?
You can parry any weapon.
And let me ask a question. Doesn't Grimshaw have to roll twice or something?
Yes, but he's parrying the first attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's see here.
So he's gonna parry the first attack.
Which reduces your strength bonuses by half.
So minus 2. So that's still a 13.
That still hits.
Roll d8. Daddy.
I'm grabbing my D8. That's an 8.
Oh no. That guy's family jewels are in his throat.
How much damage?
17.
Jeez. Well, let me do a calculation real quick.
Ow!
That guy's family jewels went from his waist to his throat.
Yeah, he's out of the
That
battle.
guy maybe. Yeah, that guy's off the ground.
He's out.
Now there's a second guy next to me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow that momentum and just do another one. Dottie, could you please roll me another d20?
With disadvantage, that is 3.
That is still a 12.
Yeah, that hits. Roll.
Could you roll me another d8?
8.
Pretty please. Oh.
That's another 17.
Those poor guys.
Did you see Grimshaw over there just kind of swinging his hammer over and over again?
Came up like. And
I'm
then-
gonna say this. Seeing what happened to the previous guy, he moves to block your attack with his arm, so you still deal that damage, but it breaks his arm instead of his jewels.
His jewels.
Smart man.
So wait, which arm did I just shatter?
Left. His shield arm.
All right, the shield.
Also, you feel a whiz of something like whizzing past your ear as you're making the attack. So something barely missed you.
Like a dart or something.
Interessante.
Hmm.
Guys, I think there's more than 6 guys here.
Lovely.
Actually, no. You look over and you see the one of the fine clothed individual kind of like holding his hand out like this, going like, "I should hit it."
Just hold up my single finger salute to him. And then point at him.
You're next, bud.
I hope you like not having children.
How is Grimshaw not already wanted in several cities?
Because 9 times out of 10, he's defending himself. And he has otherwise been a boon to just about every city he's been in. For all the wrong reasons.
All right, so.
But he's been.
Lorsan, your side. What do you do?
Well, you said one of them is frozen, right? Because of the hold person spell?
Yeah, the one in
Or
front of
did they-
Cieldre. And Cieldre's
Okay.
going to go ahead and take that advantage, like grab the guy and smack him on the head. Try and knock him out.
I'm gonna go for the guy that attacked me. Is it possible to run up to him? Sort of like tackle him, throw him over my shoulder, and just throw him on the ground?
You'd have to get past his defenses first, but yeah. Because he
Okay,
does have
I
a
wanna
shield
try that.
and a weapon, and he can parry.
Okay.
Send him to Merry Yeetmas at one of the casters.
I still want to try anyway.
Roll to hit. No bonuses to hit.
That's an 8.
Yeah, you're not gonna get past that guard.
Alright.
He's gonna try landing his second attack as you try to grapple him, and he fails.
Can I do a counter action, or...
You're not a fighter, so you can't counterattack, unfortunately. Alright, so... Norden...
That's gonna be the just strolling along while this is happening.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Alright.
Wrong one. There they are. Where are you? There you are. He's gonna start playing a song. I'm gonna roll for the people.
Bodies hit the floor.
Oh, jeez.
Grimshaw has gone into a rage.
5 of the 8 enemies you're facing fall asleep and comatose.
Huh?
Was that a suggestion by the?
No,
the
he
bard?
cast sleep spell on them.
Will it
Wow.
work on that many? I thought it's a maximum of 4.
I forgot about their I forgot about the level requirement. That needs to be updated anyways. But still, that is a good point. Let me look over his spell list again. I almost forgot about that. Good catch.
Listen, asleep or not, I promised them all that their lineage would die with them. I plan on making good to that promise. And here we go, all quiet, as Christian's doing math.
All the math.
So how was everyone's day?
Okay. So he's going to cast Disorientate instead. So 5 out of them are oh no, I'm sorry, they are yeah. So 5 of them are disorientated and thus have a -2 to hit, -2 to dexterity, and -1 to intelligence and wisdom. Spellcasters are unable to fully concentrate on their spells. Not Troxel. Your group is unaffected.
That works.
So yeah.
Intrisante. Hammer. Hammer.
Hammer time.
Lyrian's
Open
just,
hammer time.
Lyrian's just enjoying not being in the way of anyone.
We have to teach her that this is just defending ourselves and not getting killed.
So the guy who got the nut crack is just
He's coughing up blood.
He's kind of still recovering. The guy who parried Grimshaw automatically knows like this is a bad situation.
Yeah.
He just obliterated two of us.
Well, you know what he does?
Does he run?
Seeing Grimshaw coming over to him, he backs up, grabs his friend, pushes his friend towards Grimshaw, and starts running.
Wait, hold on. Does Lorsan see this?
No, he's too busy.
Nah, I was about to say Lorsan is gonna chase after it.
No!
Did he trip over his own feet?
Well, he was gonna get a 18 and make a solid hit against Grimshaw until the tween gave him a 1.
He face plants on the floor.
Does that
37.
mean I get...
So 1.37. So yeah, bad roll.
Does this mean Grimshaw gets to smackies another person?
Oh yeah, he basically accidentally set himself up for a perfect lineup shot. No roll needed, just damage.
Fun. We need the roll for damage.
4.
That's a 13. Wait, which one did I hit? Did I hit the one that was... Did I hit... That was a 13 points of damage.
The one who was pushed towards you.
The one... Okay.
The other one's making a clean getaway.
That is unfortunate.
Smart, but unfortunate.
They all recognize that going against this guy is probably not a good idea.
They're getting the, okay, this is not the typical rabble kind of deal.
Grimshaw. So I'm gonna look at the guys in the nice cloak and go, do you really want to continue this?
He's already bolting.
Fantastic. What about the other one?
Oh yeah, Lorsan.
Yep.
You see them kind of like look past you and they're like... They start turning to run.
I'll be visiting.
I see you guys real soon.
Guy's still on the ground, right?
Yeah, but he's trying to crawl away at this point as he's trying to push himself back up.
I don't think so.
No, don't worry. I'm gonna go up and grab him and go, hey, buddy. Got a message for your boss.
You don't want to hear Grimshaw say, hey, buddy.
If you want to get under my skin, you succeeded. I'll be paying you a visit. I just throw him back into the dirt. Grimshaw is terrifying when he's mad.
All right, that's the end of combat.
We ended combat by not killing anyone for once.
You're scaring them. Well, is the one guy who had the nutcracker still alive?
He's still alive, yeah.
How's he still alive?
He received 7
just because.
Yeah, he received 17 points of damage. He has 48 points of health total.
From a
Just because he can no longer have children does not mean that he is dead.
Exactly.
I'll heal him. I'll heal him for 6 points.
You heal the guy just enough for him to like shamble away.
Yep.
He still feels that pain.
Why? It would have been funny to watch him crawl.
Larry's just like, you did enough damage, Grimshaw. Don't overdo it. Which I think you already did overdo it, but come on.
I warned them.
No, you're looking at Lyria, and she's kind of pale right now.
Illyrian, I had warned them that to go against me is to lose their entire lineage. They didn't trust me. I succeeded in showing them that they lost their entire lineage.
Yeah, your
We
words
need
are
to
not giving
find-
her any
we need to
comfort.
Find Dottie right now.
Yeah, we need to find that paladin before she gets into trouble.
Yes.
Anyone have any idea where she could have gone?
Dottie pops around the corner.
I thought it was mid-conversation.
I did too. I thought she was still in conversation with the witch.
Oh, right. I was thrown off when she just kind of vanished. My bad. Alright, let's go back to that then. Well, so let me... Okay. So yeah, just to clarify, Dottie, the dark power that's in this room has grown, and it is very abundantly clear that you are no match for this. At least not at this time. And just as you can feel your deity's presence with you, you can also feel a malevolent entity staring down and grinning at you, even though you can't see anything.
Dottie is going to stand fast her ground, Dottie style.
Lord, here we go.
She's standing on the chair to be eye level.
Right.
What I was telling you was not an option. It was an order. If you cannot use your abilities to help people without inciting a detriment, then you must go. If there is anything I can do to help you achieve a more possible end, then I am willing. However, I'm not willing to steal, certainly not from one of my party, my compatriots, and I'm not willing to doom another to this fate. Now, if there is anything I can do for you that does not involve the destruction of another life for some fleeting, wanton, misguided purpose, such as superficial aims and physical gains, then we have no further business.
Then leave my abode. She has that smile of confidence that she's the one in power here and you can do nothing. And you can see that she is just reveling in the look on your face. Sitting there giving a commandment that she does not have to bow down to.
Yeah. So, unfortunately for me,
Oh no.
she's probably going to stand there, refusing to leave.
Cool.
Oh God.
Roll me a saving throw.
Anyone know where the short stack went?
With disadvantage, mind you.
Oh, then she's close enough to Sheldrake to.
That's
No.
3!
A 3. Good lord, okay.
Uh-oh. What happens to the Dottie?
Somebody planted the bomb.
I have sent you a text, Dottie.
You do?
This is for your eyes only, mind you. You got it?
Does she hear? Yeah, I got it.
And we're back to the group.
Well, we should probably ask around. See where the shorty went.
See if we can find a group of people that don't look like they've seen a ghost around here. I'm pretty sure the townspeople just watched us take down the local thieves guild.
Might mean they're more willing to talk with us.
Or less. I mean, the thieves guild do protect the weak most of the time. You don't steal from people who have nothing.
At a certain point, you eventually see Dottie as she's kind of like walking around looking for you.
Oh. That was easy.
There you are.
She has this sort of glossy look on her eyes.
No, she wouldn't.
And a confused as to.
She wouldn't.
No, just confused. No other reason.
Dottie. Dottie.
Hey!
Hey, short stack.
Short stack, where have you been?
I have. Oh, yes. I made new friends today.
You
New
did.
friend.
Yes, we got to prayer, and we got to do a prayer, and we had a circle, and we communed, and I think it really held a positive change. I also made another friend. That didn't go so well. I don't think we're on talking terms.
Lyrian just kind of like, so you didn't make another friend?
Oh yes, I'm very good at that.
I'm trying to decide if Lorson would notice that this is odd for her or not.
Norton's just like, well, what now, guys? We found our
No,
we found your
no,
paladin.
he does not.
Well, we got our short stack again, so I guess we go figure out what's going on to the south, I think it was. Anyone get any information about?
I just want to make clear, Lurian's happy that we're doing this, that we've done everything that we can to, in terms of finding Costello, who we believe is to the west. So now we're heading to the south.
We
Is that
have
right?
the group has not received enough information about Vlaza Costello yet. You still have not spoken to the mage.
Yeah, we need to talk to the mage, but we know the
Okay.
mage ain't leaving town anytime soon because he lives here.
So let's talk to the mage right now. Let's go to see the mage.
We can go
Do we
talk to the
even know
mage.
their name?
Yeah, do we know the name? Do we know where they live? Do we?
That's
we
why,
just,
yeah.
Are we,
Well,
it's information gathering. What we can do is we can go help the townsfolk figure out why suddenly people are missing, and by doing so, we garner favor for them. By garnering favor, they're more likely to talk to us about mages and witches and BS like that.
is it possible, Sealdrick starts, to divide and conquer? Some of us could stay here, check out the mage, look for the mage and try to find him, get some information out of him, and then we can meet up with you guys afterwards. You guys could
We could do that.
look into the
So we're gonna let Lorian and Sheldrake do this.
you guys could look into the missing people at the edge of the farm, and then before you head off to check in with the investigate the Ravagers incident, we could meet up at a certain point.
That's smart.
Yeah.
You two okay doing it by yourselves?
They nod, and Norton's like, if you need someone to be with them, I could always subsist them.
Yeah, you can play babysitter.
I mean,
He's like, please. Entertaining two lovely ladies? Not a problem.
hey, that one's too young for you.
I'm not saying that. Prune.
Dottie disapprovingly looks down.
What do you mean looks down? What does she look
Future husband.
looking down or up? Because he's a human. He's one of the tallest people here.
No, she's looking down at her boots.
Oh, at her boots.
Yes.
Did you just call Nordrin future husband?
Yes.
Eh.
Well, that settles it. He says. He's like, come on, girls, let's go find this mage. I think that the local rough house will leave us alone. You know, after that little Tabasco.
As to the missing people, I did hear a rumor about some scarecrows maybe moving on their own. And the monsters that are taking people are on the outskirts of town. And there are farms on the outskirts of town. So maybe we can look into this scarecrow situation.
Let's do that right now then.
You replanted the bomb?
We'll follow. I have potatoes and cooking for potato salad, so I can't let them overcook.
All right.
You're fine.
So let's start moving towards those farms to find out where if the scarecrows are actually a problem.
All right.
I mean, it was on the edge of the farms that they were getting taken. It could just be that that something is going on with the scarecrows. Hey, Scarecrow Inspection Company. We're here to make sure your scarecrows aren't haunted.
All right, you guys head out into the, head out onto the road. You guys want to talk about anything while you guys are heading over, or this is a good moment just character interaction
for side interactions.
Yeah, exactly.
Lorsan, we've been traveling a while. And I know you ain't just a typical monk. I've seen you do the twiddle fingers. I've seen you use the shadowy magic. What gives?
I'm a warlock.
Okay. You also had quite the amulet on your chest, and I need to know why that one?
Figured it would keep people away.
Why do you want to keep people away? Wouldn't the better decision to keep people away just be your average half orc?
Look, people hate half orcs.
Yeah, so they stay away from them. Except for me, apparently. I hate everyone equal. Look, I just hate everyone equal. Those. Anyway. Need to know. Again, like, why that one? It doesn't seem right. You don't seem like you worship that. You don't seem like you worship that kind of devilry.
a bit complicated.
Come on, I'm all ears. You know I'm willing to listen.
Only if you share information yourself.
I feel like I've been relatively open with people, other than the fact that I'm a noble. But sure, what do you want to know?
Well, why are you here? If you're the son of a noble, shouldn't you be sitting on a throne, sucking on a silver spoon, getting waited on by people?
Apparently, there's such a thing as too big an asshole. My parents told me that is what they have come to realize about me. And they said, until you're less of one, you're not allowed home. So, I've been traveling, trying to decide if being this too big an asshole is a mere farce. I gotta say, there are useful people in every race. But overall, when you get a bunch of the same race together, bad things tend to happen.
You should see my family's reunions.
Didn't get turned into a llama.
I'm sorry, what was that, Lorsan?
At least you didn't get turned into a llama.
Yeah, there's that at least.
Llama face.
Yeah, Tia, what do we say about real life puns and remarks? We save that after the vodka incident.
Oh, come on.
we save the shenanigans for after. Listen, we're gonna have a whole hangover episode at least once.
I'm waiting for that. Until then, any real life joke is counted as non-canon when spoken on the stream.
Alright. Dottie, you said you have quite the family tree, and based on the severe length of your name, I'm gonna say that at least half your family is gnomes.
It's actually oak.
What is?
Is
The
it
family
just?
tree. Oak. It's a great big oak that stretches out right before our mouth. It's this lush green vine. We've got these nice little decorated fences all the way around, and that's where our horses they gallop whenever we're done treating them and carrying them, and they regain their physical prowess, and then we're able to just help sort of guide them back and rehabilitate them, and then we do courses and training, and sometimes we get other animals too. But yes, this tree is that. And my uncle and my father.
You realize she'll keep going forever if you don't interrupt her.
Oh, I know.
So,
Grimshaw's already tuned her out.
have we reached the farm yet?
You'll have reached the part of the farmland where you're starting to see.
We'll have reached it by the time Dottie finally stops talking about the farm.
Yeah, you guys start seeing you guys are starting to see the scarecrows in the fields at this point.
Let's go over and check the scarecrows out.
What are you looking for?
I have no clue. Something that
Magic?
suggests they're not actual scarecrows.
We say, well, clearly you search for magic, you search for light, and you search.
I'll do a sensitivity to psychic impression.
That works too. I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
From far away.
You poke it with a stick, you get
A
nothing.
10-foot pole.
The scarecrow is one of the most dangerous things in the farmland. I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
I have an idea.
Let's hear this idea.
Yes.
All right. Dottie will take her arms, hold them out like this, right? Then she's gonna tuck them in here. Then she's gonna crouch down. She's gonna lean forward and go
Nothing.
and imitate a crow.
Acting like a crow.
Yes, yes, the one way, the only way.
Troxel, you
Yes?
you sense nothing with your psychic sensitivity.
Okay, on this particular scarecrow, or
Correct.
anything with regard to around the scarecrow at the time.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
How much time do we got to sit around here?
Let's not sit, let's go and look at the next scarecrow in the next field.
Well, what we could do is we could sit and watch as people pass by and see if they turn, see if they move to look at people like people have been claiming.
Yeah. Just observe for a bit.
I trust that the scarecrows didn't look at us as we were coming.
They did not.
Yes, Daddy.
How tall is the grass?
It's not grass. It's a field. So
How tall is the wheat?
barley,
so it's
but
taller
yeah.
than Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The barley's almost ready for harvest.
Okay.
So
So-
Dottie's head barely sticks over it.
Yeah, I could probably hide like the Dottie of the corn and wait. See.
Dottie of the barley.
The barley.
It's literally.
I'm sorry.
It is right.
So now that we've heard all of like Dottie's exposition about her family, do you have
Oh,
siblings,
yeah,
Grimshaw?
Yes, I do. Problem is, the family tree gets real bloody sometimes. There's always wars of succession for who gets the right to continue. It's weird in dwarven nobility, especially where I come from.
Sounds
Have you tried
weird.
vinegar?
Have you tried vinegar?
Vinegar will get the blood off of anything. It'll clean that tree.
See, your family tree is an actual tree. My family tree is more metaphorical.
Oh. You should get
Mine
a
is more
family
like
tree.
branch than a tree.
Nah. I think we'll stick with the family cave. Thank you.
Whoa.
So how long do you guys wait?
I mean, 15, 20 minutes, there's gotta be people walking back and forth on this path.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see people walking back and forth. You see no responses from the scarecrows at all.
Could it just have been that one person? Could it just have been when only one person is viewing them? Interesting.
Can I? Are there any animals around?
Not that you can tell, other than maybe birds.
Okay.
Call.
I want
Call,
to
call,
speak with animals on one of the crows.
Well, first you have to approach the crow without scaring it off.
Okay.
So roll animal handling.
Let's see here.
Just don't act like a scarecrow.
Stick your arms out wide and just wait. They'll land on you.
Oh, that's 16.
What'd you roll?
So 23. 23.
Success then?
Yep.
Alright, sweet. So you start approaching it, it notices you, it looks like it's like trying to determine whether or not it should flee or not, caws at you. And you kind of speak with the animal, right?
Yes.
All right. I think what would this thing be
I would
saying?
like to ask it if they have seen any of these scarecrows move recently.
Pam, it's about midday. Oh no. If we're talking about when they saw the scarecrow move, they didn't ask that question, so it'll know what time it was. What was that, Lorsan?
I was wanting to ask the crow if they have seen any of the scarecrows move recently.
Yeah, does the spell just let you talk to them, or does it make them compliant?
It says, the person is empowered to comprehend and communicate with any warm or cold-blooded animal that is not mindless. The person is able to ask questions, receive answers, and generally be on amicable terms with the animal.
Okay.
It lasts for 2 rounds for each level of experience of the person casting the spell.
Alright. So the crow just looks at you and goes, "Why should I answer? I don't know you. Not threat, but I don't know you."
I bring treat.
Show treat.
I bring out one of the berries that I have in
Flaps over to you and immediately, like grabs it. Like,
treat for food. Oh, sorry, food for information.
yeah, it numbs the berry. Just like pauses for a moment and goes, "This is from the wilds. How did you get this?"
Why do you care?
I'm just curious. I've never had another, thing like you guys. You never have this kind of stuff.
Well, I do. Are you gonna give me the information or not?
Oh yeah, definitely. So you're asking him if the scarecrow's moved, right?
Yes.
He says yes, he has.
A specific scarecrow or multiple scarecrows?
He kind of gestures his beak over to the berries. He's wanting to mooch as many of these out as possible.
I'll give him one more berry.
He gobbles up the berry, and he says it's like here and there. It's kind of scattered, not consistent.
Do these scarecrows just watch people, or do they do anything?
Bats his beak against the berry bag.
Look, bird, I only have so many of these.
Numbs the berry. Says, it tells you that it seems that when the scarecrows are by them, it's like when it's just the scarecrow and one other person and no one's looking, it kind of moves, grabs the person and shoves them down to the barley and just waits. And then afterwards the person kind of walks off after no one's looking again.
So the scarecrow grabs someone, throws them into the barley, and then the person just leaves?
Yep.
And you said it changes spots?
No.
Okay, well, which scarecrow is it? I swear, bird.
Hey, you taught a crow. If I answer a question, I get treat. So it's going to exploit that.
Well, crows also have very good memory.
Yes,
So
I
now
do.
that I'm friendly to a crow, all the other crows are gonna.
Oh yeah, trust me. You're gonna be seeing crows more often. So it takes your little
Crows are
berry.
trainable. Wait, no. Crows are very trainable birds.
They are actually, yes.
So much so
There's a
that
reason
you can
that
train them to steal things from people.
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a reason the U.S. banned training crows or owning crows in general. So.
If you feed a crow and put a silver quarter on the desk when you feed it, it'll look for quarters.
Yep.
This also works for dollar bills.
Mm-hmm.
And they will go into people's purses for these.
Okay, so
I have. Okay, so yeah,
I have a crime ring.
I'm going to finish my questioning first before I do something else.
yeah, so to answer the question you asked after you give another berry, so you're asking which one of them is doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it flies over to one of them and like taps at it. And it's very clear that it's not going to tell you where the other ones are unless you give it more berries. But you do have the location of one such moving scarecrow. So.
Okay. So I'm gonna call it back over.
Comes back over. Hands hops on your shoulder
I'm going
expectantly.
to cast Animal Friendship on it.
You gonna cast Animal Friendship?
Yep.
Let me roll a saving throw for him. I think. Wait, does he get a saving throw?
Let's see here.
Yeah, he does. I think he. Pretty sure he failed.
Huh.
Yeah, he failed the saving throw. You now have a crow companion.
Cool.
One that you
Companion.
specifically a companion that she can train tricks. Or they're called tricks, but she can train the crow now.
She can train it to rob people. That's the important part here.
She can train it to steal. She can train it to scout. She can train it to peck someone's eyes out. Like there's all sorts of stuff she can train it to do. Don't forget how intelligent crows are. They're as smart as 7-year-old kids, essentially.
Yes. But who's gonna expect someone to train a bunch of crows to start a fucking crime racket?
The crow's still sitting there expecting another treat.
I will give you one more berry if you point out where the other scarecrows are.
All of them.
Ask you, if I do this, will there be more treats to come?
Yes.
If you follow me.
Takes the berry and then starts showing you all the different all the different scarecrows.
All right, guys. We have a lead.
Thank God, I thought you were going insane for a second. Talking to birds.
Person just call it.
Yeah, Grimshaw's saying that, and then Grimshaw's saying that he notices that the bird is sticking with her. Or with him.
Him.
Charlotte talk this, and Laura saying, I thought I knew you, but this whole whatever you're doing here, are you going schizo on me?
I gave it food. It likes me now.
But you talked to it in bird.
Well, no. It would be telepathy. It wouldn't be. She wouldn't be speaking bird.
Be funnier if she was.
Yeah, it would be fun.
No, that's not how that works in this world.
Please let her call.
No.
Please.
I have lore. I'm not breaking lore for a joke.
You've already broken lore for a joke.
No, I haven't. If you're referring to the
Pigs.
yeah, we've already established that it exists somewhere else in the world. All you did was bring them over.
Yes, but you had to break. We had to rewrite your lore so pancakes be a part of your thing.
not
There
to this
go,
degree.
the joke
No,
of
not to this degree, because with the pancakes, that could conceivably and very easily exist in the world. I just hadn't thought of that at the time. As opposed to how the spells work, no, I've made very hard lore rules on that. This happens telepathically.
Theoretically, different groups would be able to do different things. Like a druid would probably just call at the thing.
No.
Do you think you can cook pancakes in cake pans?
Maybe.
Would that be a cake pancake, or would that be a pancake cake?
All right. So what do you do now that you know where the scarecrows are, or the moving scarecrows?
Well, we should probably go investigate it.
We know which ones are which now. We can stab them. Grimshaw's gonna go to each one and just poke it with a stick. Every single one of them. Just ah.
All right.
Wait,
Go up to one of the ones that. What?
Lorzan,
Yes.
did you tell us what the bird told you?
Well, yeah, I was about to do that. The crow told me that the scarecrow grabs people, throws them into the,
Barley.
yeah, the barley, and then the people just stand up after a while and walk away, like nothing happened.
Not towards. Do they walk towards the town or away from it, though?
Well, I mean, you would think that if a scarecrow grabbed you, that people would be screaming or running away to tell someone, but they're just walking away.
Being abducted by aliens. The aliens got smart.
You can check around where the scarecrows are resting.
Yeah, something doesn't sit right.
Also, if it turns out that these scarecrows are some form of automated, we could set them up right next to a barrel of water and hand them clothes, and then they could just dunk the clothes in and then pull them back out. We could start a laundromat.
I wonder if we can set them on fire.
That would probably set all the barley on fire as well.
I was gonna say barley's a really dry thing, and we want barley. Barley good. Barley make tavern good. Do I need to explain to you the concept? Do I need to explain to you the concept of making alcohol? I can do this in great length.
No.
It is a family tradition for me. We respect the barley.
So what do you guys do with the scarecrows?
I mean, does barley even grow in the cave, though?
We source it.
Daddy.
Like I said, I'm just gonna start poking them with a stick and waiting for reactions.
There's no reactions.
What if Troxel casts like magic missile on a scarecrow?
I'm gonna study them intently. Like, I'm gonna look for any differences from a regular scarecrow to these ones.
Roll an intelligence check.
I want to look for rusted tracks in the grass or in the barley where it looks like there might be splints or broken pieces to see if there are any.
Oh, yeah,
Alright,
like-
so
Like where they grab people?
Dottie, roll intelligence for you and Grimshaw.
Hang on, I got it myself.
That is a 3 for me and a 16 for Grimshaw.
Cool. So Grimshaw, you let's see here. Nice. Oh, that's not what I want.
Just remember, friend, sticks and stones may break your bones, but so will I.
Okay, I'll do what Lorsan suggests, and I'll do a magic missile into the.
Well, really quick, let me
Yeah.
go with what Grimshaw was talking about. So, Grimshaw, you're studying the scarecrow very carefully, and as you're kind of like pulling things up and looking around, you pull up on the sack a little bit, and you see some runic symbols carved into the wood, under like where the head would be.
So they're enchanted scarecrows.
Is this what I think it is, Christian?
It's a nod to that.
It's a what?
It's a nod to that. Yes.
Nod to that.
I mean, would Dispel Magic do anything? Since those are
No.
magic runes attached to it.
They aren't. That was painful. They aren't something that would probably be fully dispelled by it.
Well, no, it could. Dispel Magic erases any magical nature, whether it's divine or magical or whatever. All Dispel Magic does is essentially disconnect the source of the power and what's being enhanced by that power. So, just
Can
cuts it off.
Troxel read the runes? Hold on. Can Troxel understand what the runes say?
For the sake of the fact that we have not finished the class just yet, we'll say he can roll to read it, because we won't know what runes he'll have until he gets those languages and all the rune languages and all that kind of stuff. So.
I just rolled an 8.
Alright, so Truxel doesn't know what the hell it is.
It's some kind of weird runic language. An interesting.
We're going to assume that he has at least some knowledge of what this is.
Yeah.
At
Grimshaw's seen it before.
Well, he hasn't seen this particular room before, probably, but...
But he knows what runes do.
Yes.
Does Grimshaw mention this?
No, Grimshaw's gonna keep this quiet.
Alright.
He can't out himself just yet.
For the audience at home, just so you understand, this is a nod in preparation for when we finally release the new class, the Runesmith. So, keep in mind that is coming. We have been working on it. It looks, we all kind of like are covering the runes together, and base mechanics, it all looks good. I'm going through and fleshing them all out a little bit more and working on the description of the class. The class article is actually on the site right now. I'm just filling it out as time goes on. But hopefully we'll be able to start playtesting soon. That's the goal.
And after several sessions of playtesting, we may actually get it out sometime within the third quarter of 2 years from now, something like that.
No.
Hey, relax, guy. At 100 experience points per game, it'll take us 370,000 play sessions to reach 20th level at 37 million.
Well, what we're gonna do is Grimshaw's gonna retcon his character to replace some of his fighter classes with the Runesmith class. If I remember what.
Yes.
Yeah, not all of them. Obviously, we want him to be a good fighter, but he's replacing some of his fighter class with the Runesmith class so that he has that capability. And we're just kind of going off of the idea of he's just not showing that side of him yet. So that's what we're doing.
Christian, there was a reason I didn't use the parry. But that's besides the point. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it under wraps for right now. Like I know it's a runic language, and I know if I studied it long enough, I could figure out what it's doing. But considering that otherwise these sound benign, and otherwise kind of just here. It's just throwing people into the barley at this point. That's just mischief. But I don't think people are disappearing on this side of the place, are they? I thought that was either the west side, wasn't it?
Crow kind of like tries to get like pecks at Lorsan's hand, wanting pets. Then does that thing where they kind of like lower their head as you start rubbing the head.
Anyway,
Well,
I don't think these are really. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Lord Sam.
Should we break these scarecrows up because they have runes on them?
You can probably just cross them out.
Okay, let's cross
Well,
out the
I mean,
runes so that we at least minimize the potential damage to the population. We'll go and check the other scarecrows too.
What were you saying, Lord Sam?
I was just gonna ask, well, how many dispel magic spells do you have, Troxel?
I have no dispel magic spells. I have dispel magic in my
Psionic.
spell book, but I have none memorized.
I'm sorry. I think somebody called in my particular expertise. And then Dottie pulls out a piece of chalk and starts doodling over the rune.
That's not gonna be enough. You have
Oh.
to break the rune. You can't just cover it up.
Grimshaw's gonna grab someone's knife real quick and be like, "This is how you do it."
Wait.
And he just takes it and he just makes this huge strike down the shaft, right through all the runes.
Grimshaw, you do feel a slight pulse as the power leaves the runes.
That's how you do it. Make sure all of them are carved.
Alright.
Somebody lift Dottie to go do it, because Dottie looks like she wants to have fun.
Let's go.
Magic sword. It's like picking up a cat.
You hear someone call out, going like, "Oi! What are you doing?" See one of the
Trying to
farmers
save
come like,
your
"Look."
life, you idiot.
Well, don't. Well, never.
I'm gonna walk over to the farmer.
And the pitchfork as they're
Look
storming
at
over
him.
you. Going,
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna meet him halfway.
yeah.
I'm gonna lean in real close to him so no one else can hear him. Like, you know, you got rune magic on those, right? They've been grabbing people.
He's never heard of
randomly.
that before.
I know. But I'm gonna keep saying, I'm like, they've been animated to grab people and throw them down. We don't know what they're I don't know what it exactly does. I can't read it, but I know what it has been doing. We're just crossing out the magic on it.
Roll a charisma check to convince this guy of something that he doesn't think exists.
14.
I was asking Grimshaw because he's the one talking to him. Oh,
And I was
right.
14!
Yeah, no, he's like, you can say whatever bamboozle you want. I don't believe that shit. Stop touching my scarecrows.
I'm gonna take him over to the one we just crossed out, and I'm gonna show him the runes on it. It's like, did you put those on there?
No.
Let me do this for you free of charge. Let me just cross these out so nobody else get hurt.
Okay. And,
Wouldn't want any ill will associated with your barley, would
who
you?
would
That would be terrible for business.
those damn mages? They graffitied my scarecrows! He starts storming off towards the town.
Job well done.
Huzzah!
Congratulations, you now have a farmer who's going to be screaming this to the high hilltops.
I have a question. Canonically, am I currently being given upbeats still or no?
Canonically, you are being given uppies.
Huzzah.
And that will be the end of our session.
By whom we don't know, but you are getting uppies.
Let me calculate XP for you guys real quick.
We also have not figured out why people have gone missing. Oh, she's cute.
Before we do experience, we need to decide what we're doing next so that we start quickly as opposed to well, should we do this or should we do that? Let's make a decision now before we quit in terms of what we're doing next and where we're going.
I say we have a campo, and then we pursue the mages because that's important, and also
So logistically, from what I remember, what we were supposed to be doing, we still have yet to figure out why people are disappearing. That is still on our plate, because I don't think the scarecrows and this are tied together.
oh no, Dottie found out why.
Well, no, that's happening in the town, not at the edge of town. Not at the edge of the borders, which is where the farmland is.
Oh, so it's not linked to the rats.
Correct. Yeah. If you haven't noticed, there's a lot of things happening in like every section of this area.
Oh, this place is screwed, dude.
That's why it feels so homey.
I think I would have to say that my favorite part of this would be Lorzan and the crow. That was definitely fun.
Yeah.
Larson has pet verb now.
Grimshaw gets this mimic, Lorzan gets a crow, Dottie gets a gigantic dire badger, everyone's happy. I'm not letting this go, I will die on this hill.
Dottie's gonna get a dire badger eventually.
Yes. We're getting there. I know that it is heavily sought after.
Listen, Grimshaw just wants a talking stack of money.
Y'all have a favorite part of the session that you would like to share?
Honestly, the fact that I genuinely cause fear wherever I go. And somehow get away with it scot-free every single time. I took 17 points. Listen, I took 17 points of damage and then dealt 34.
Do you need healed, Grimshaw?
Eventually. I took the
that now so you can erase that off your sheet.
That works. Listen, I drank the bone hurdy juice. I need to unbone hurdy.
I took 7 damage.
I'll also heal you, Lorson.
17 points of damage. That's the most damage I've taken to date. Now, if only I didn't deal.
Sometimes the mobs get lucky. What can you say?
I know. I'm not upset by it. I'm actually kind of glad that things are starting to hit us.
You had meat hooks inside of you in a fishing net, and you were struggling. You took a lot of damage from it.
Yeah, I think I was also level 1 on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just thought I would remind you that you have taken more damage.
All right, you guys ready?
No, because I only had 10 health back then.
And mind you, this is without the combat XP because I forgot to write up what each of their experience points was, so I'll let you know in Discord for that. But in regards to outside of the combat, Grimshaw gets 335 XP. Lorsan gets 310 XP.
Yes, I level up.
Troxel gets 50 XP. And Dottie gets 470 XP.
Cool. Good, Dottie.
Dottie did the RP good today.
She really did.
Yes.
She played her paladin whale.
Maybe not with the witch, but
I mean,
Yeah.
she played I mean, in general, a paladin would stand their ground on that, so I do think she played
True.
it well.
well, like at the same time, paladins like knights will know when they're outmatched.
It doesn't mean they're
but
gonna stand down.
unfortunately,
That's true, I guess.
Dottie is as much kind as she is stubborn. So it's a character flaw.
Grimshaw has a
are
lot
we
of
playing
flaws.
on July 5th? That's our next 2 weeks from now.
Yep, July 5th. That's gonna be a busy month for me as I scramble to get ready for Gen Con.
Are we? So we're playing with fireworks. Got it.
I'm serious. No, do you want to skip that weekend and do the 12th instead, or do you just want to continue on and play the 5th?
If you guys
Think
are
the
up for
fifth.
the if you guys are up for the 5th, I'm good for it because it's the 4th that the fireworks are happening.
Okay.
I will turn enemies into the fireworks.
Okay, then we're playing on the 5th.
Everyone cool with that? One yes.
Sounds good.
1, 2 yes. Dottie?
Always.
Cool. All right.
Have a good 4th of July, guys. See you
Farewell.
on the 5th.
Low botch.
Thanks, Christian.
My pleasure.
Bye, Tom.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night.
Dottie's gonna keep waving all the way up until the end. She's gonna. Oh,
So
freaking Muppet! I swear.
I've been coming up with directions I want to take the NPCs. So they are having stuff happening in the back of their minds at this point. And that will come to show eventually. But for
Like
now,
we did with Larian today.
we touched on Lyrian, but we didn't really get into that very much. Like it's very clear that she's very concerned about her father and she's very anxious to find him as soon as possible. And but besides that, like there's other stuff going on with her. So outside of her father, no one's really broached that topic.
I mean, we have. It's just she's been very standoffish about it.
Well, yes and no, but like no one's directly confronted her about what they've seen or heard.
Because the only person who's seen or heard anything is Lorsan, and Lorsan
Grimshaw heard her conversation with someone, and he asked her about that, but he never directly he didn't actually I want to say what's the word I'm looking for.
I like to think Grimshaw has enough tact to not dive right into someone else's problems. And really not enough care for his fellow man to dive into someone else's problems.
Even still, Dottie and Bernard do know, so if they decide to ever approach her about that. I forget, does Dottie? No, Dottie doesn't know, actually. I forgot about that.
Dottie doesn't. I think Bernard does.
But he had a suggestion spell put on him, so he doesn't talk
Yeah.
about it. I completely forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
And then Lorsan, I think, knows, but is Lorsan.
Well, hold on.
Still don't understand what's going on in that guy's head.
How would Lorsan know?
Pretty sure he's had a conversation.
No, I'm sorry. I was paying attention to something else. Know what?
Know about the weird thing happening with Lyrian where she's talking to something in midair that no one can see. Because Grimshaw heard the conversation, and Bernard saw something, but Bernard was influenced by a suggestion to never talk about it, so.
I think Lorsan wasn't there at the time. I think he was still sleeping, waiting for his shift to start. And then Dowdy woke him up, as far as I remember. So I don't think Lorsan knows. But he does know that something is going on with Lyrian as far as, the monsters and all that. He just doesn't know about that one specific encounter that Lyrian had. Or, yeah.
By the monsters,
Or
are you talking
Sindri,
about
whatever.
the mansion?
Yes.
Okay. I can get in and out of this haunted mansion without any issues. Repeatedly.
which means that she probably had the thing that was haunting the mansion talking to her. But we don't talk about that because we don't actually know that.
And then there's Cieldre, who's going through her mess and she's trying to figure things out. Obviously, she's processing through stuff, so eventually she'll be ready to talk about that. But until then, she's just kind of like wanting to still hang out with the only group of people who has bothered to stay with her despite despite the detriments that she causes everyone around her.
I still don't see it as a detriment. Yeah, I may roll bad, but in combat, does that really matter for Grimshaw?
Yeah, but you have to remember, around the common folk, everyone would see that as nothing but a curse. Grimshaw may see it as a boon, but he's the rare exception.
Look, you gotta look at it this way. Bad luck can be overcome by skill, but you can't overcome skill by having good luck.
You have to remember how superstitious this world is and how many threats are in it, so... Again, it may be clear to Grimshaw, but to the average person, they do not want anything to do with this shit. So the fact that you guys are willing to stick with her, despite all that, you're basically the only family she has at this point.
And we'll stay it as long as she wants. I don't know what the problem is. Grimshaw's like, stay if you want, leave if you want. Keep it, don't keep it, it doesn't matter.
Problem is, up until this point, all she wanted and all she could think about was getting rid of the tween. But now she's starting to second guess that. So now she's sitting there going, well, what do I want now?
Do you want to be good at stuff?
We can have this conversation in the game. I'm just saying. I'm just telling you, like what's going on with the NPCs in the background right now.
I bet you they're both talking to each other right now too.
Probably.
Those two could probably do well to actually have a conversation amongst them.
Yeah. Just girl talk.
With Norden there.
The don't talk to Uncle Grimshaw talk.
Maybe
that is true. They haven't really had time to
Cieldre,
bond with each other.
Offers to braid Lyrian's hair or something, just kind of like an older sister, I guess.
Yeah, but Cieldre's not that kind of person, really.
She never had the chance to be.
That is true.
Anyway, how was everyone's day today?
I slept. Dance, it was great.
I had a day today.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you, I have pictures
What happened?
of what I was cleaning today.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you, I am never going to be a landlord again.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
6 55-gallon trash bags. 6 of them. Completely filled.
Oh, that's horrible.
How do you live like that? Because it's bad. Anyway. Everyone probably had a better day than me, and I'm happy for that. Also, it's really funny because
for you soon.
it's really funny right now because the way Streamlabs is set up for me,
Yeah.
I see Dottie's chin line up perfectly with Tell's face. It's uncannily perfect. It's hilarious.
Dottie, how was your
So I'm
day?
just-
My day was good. I had to have a date with my boyfriend, and then I got to, and I cleaned up a little more, and then did some dishes, and then did some laundry, and then I did my makeup.
And then we had the memes for Cyberpunk go back and forth for about 20 minutes.
Yes.
I saw those memes.
I wanted to so bad get into combat with the hag. I wanted to.
It would have been good, but Dottie would have died.
Yeah.
So would have died, but like I haven't got to. I've only got to do one combat thing. So I want to smack.
Tournament is coming
listen,
up. That is still coming up.
Oh yeah.
It would have been a glorious end to Dottie, 100%. Like that would have been like she died for her god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the sake of continuing the story, let's have her alive.
That's why I am glad that it ended the way that it did, so that way we have more. I don't die yet.
She lives to fight another. No, she lives to smite another day.
Yeah,
No,
that's
Grimshaw
later.
lives to fight another day.
I liked the interaction and getting to do more paladin stuff was really fun.
I was happy to see that happen. Like, that made me happy.
Actually seeing somebody do like paladin stuff and not just be like, I am surrogate. There's a person acting like a monkey outside. I am concerned.
I'm concerned for the race at this point. Yeah, so essentially what your deity was trying to show you was the level of neglect that is happening with the clergy. And to show you that somehow this witch is more powerful than the clergy in this town. Just kind of like showing you the state of things, not just in the town, but the country itself. Because you've been hearing all the business and social and like economics issues from Grimshaw and his conversations with people. But now you're witnessing the spiritual death that's occurring in this country. So.
But you see, the problem is if the economic side goes up, the spiritual side will go up too. Because when people are in good faith, when people are in a good position in life, it's easier to have faith.
Yes, but that can still become a moot point if the leadership is not in the right place.
Yes and no.
But that's why Grimshaw doing what he's doing actively does help the clergy in the long run.
You're gonna understand why that doesn't actually work later on as you guys learn more about this country. But yeah, so essentially what we have going on right now is Grimshaw is saving the country financially, and Dottie's kind of like starting on that route of spearheading the spiritual recovery of this country. So.
And Lorsan is being Lorsan.
He'll find his thing soon.
Lorsan is here for the ride, and I am for it.
Mm-hmm.
Lorsan is the ride, and I need my uppies.
And it is not by choice that he is here, I will tell you that.
Listen, I don't think any of us are actually here by choice. Grimshaw's just like, I see profit to be had here.
Yeah, so he's staying by choice to make profit. He could leave if he wants and just find a better place. He's choosing to stay here. Dottie is choosing to stay here because she sees a problem, she wants to save it. Lorsan has absolutely no decision that he can make on his own in this instance. He is here against his will.
That is actually unfortunate. No. You always want to start a business at the lowest possible denominator. This is the lowest. A war-torn city, or a war-torn country.
Yeah.
Is going to be, at odds, the best place you could start a business, especially if you're an alcohol distributor.
All right. Well,
By the way, Grimshaw sees this fields upon fields of barley and just go.
If I remember correctly, barley can be used to make bread-like stuff as well as wheat. So
It can. It is not as good.
yeah, but again, you've already known like this place is basically like very cheap. Instead of making multiple different types of field, they have barley for food and drink at this point. So
Wheat is hardier. You'd probably plant wheat over barley for food wise.
Yeah, you barely need any of it.
Barley would be, if you have a wheat field and a barley field, you definitely use the wheat first because wheat makes a richer flour to make bread. Barley is capable of it, but you require more of it to make the same amount. Whereas when you're using it for, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask a question when you were done.
No, go ahead. Go.
No.
No. Go ahead. Ask your question. I won't. I'm all ears.
How much EXP do we need to level?
okay, so I've been rearranging the articles and categories on the site. Classes is gonna be the first, like the top and very first category you'll see when you go to the website. I made it very easy to access. And before you see all the classes, you'll see an article that covers leveling and multi-classing. On there will be the leveling table you need to keep track of your levels. I will say this, for simplicity and being able to communicate very easily, instead of saying character level and class level, what I'm going to be doing is referring to your overall character level by level and what level your class is as rank. So we're going to call class levels ranks now, just so it's easy to communicate.
I'm not gonna level anytime soon. I've missed too many sessions.
You are perfectly okay, Vaughn.
Yeah, you're fine.
Level isn't everything.
It is not.
Because I was hitting 17s when I was level 1. Those poor goblins.
Yeah.
Besides, you as a paladin are going to be immensely powerful as you climb those levels.
Yeah, paladins tend to scale very well in every game.
Up to level 10 and then they become mates.
At any rate,
Grimshaw's gonna be Doomslayer halfway through the game.
At any rate, that should be that's pretty much all the time we have for tonight. We're already 10 over the cap. So, thank you all for watching. We really appreciate this. You all have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time. Lopach.
Bye.